Last week it was Here Comes the Money. Shane McMahon made his WWE return to confront Kane. This week it was Here Comes the Pain, but it wasn't Brock Lesnar, it was Shane McMahon with his Mike Tyson-esque real punches that busted open both Eric Bischoff and the Big Red Machine. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and Kane may be the Big Red Machine, but there was certainly red coming out of his mouth because he was on the end of a few Shane McMahon punches, and you could argue that at least Shane was making it look real, but I would argue that every time he punches somebody, no matter if he likes them, hates them, dislikes them, doesn't know them, they always seem to end up a little bit bloody. Somebody ought to tell Shane how to throw a working punch, but then again, when he's willing to risk his life and put his body on the line, you know, what's a few cuts and bruises?
He came from McMahon's grapefruits. No one's going to tell Shane how to throw a work punch, but it's weird. He throws these punches, they don't
look shit.
Yeah, they don't look particularly great, but I tell you what, though, does it matter? See if Mike Tyson's punches look shite, but they got the job done, would anyone care?
Probably not, but I think if you're going to be busted open, you probably want to be busted open for a punch that actually looks pretty good. Yeah. Not these shitty punches that Shane McMahon throws.
Bischoff busted nose, Kane busted lip. I mean, he didn't even punch Bischoff for that long.
No, anyway, a couple was enough to do Bischoff in. I mean, Bischoff's the one with the black belt, but Shane McMahon, he's got the red belt. Anything he touches.
What's the worst belt in punches? Because that's what Shane McMahon's got.
Yeah,
he was pulling none though.
If it bleeds, we can kill it. That's what Arnold said about the Predator, and maybe that's what Shane says about everybody that he gets into a fight with. Anyway, we kick off the show with Shane McMahon. Bischoff comes out, basically tells Shane, I'm going to have to ask you to leave here because you can't be in the building. It's for your own good. Vince McMahon gave the order. But Vince McMahon's not here, so Shane is not going to leave, and Bischoff's like, I'm trying to be nice about this. You can leave the easy way or the hard way. Shane's going to choose the hard way. But before he gets a chance to leave, Austin comes out, and Austin's like, you know, I agree with Eric Bischoff. What? Austin's going to get, but then he's like, nah, fuck it, actually. Shane McMahon, you want to fight tonight, and since you can't fight Kane, why don't you fight this guy right here, the black belt? So Austin makes the match. It's going to be Eric Bischoff versus Shane McMahon in the main event of Monday Night Raw. And I know the Dave Meltzer of this world will fucking hate this, but for me, that's a good main event. No disqualification.
Yeah, Shane McMahon against Eric Bischoff. It's something we'd never seen before. And it's two personalities going against each other, man. Honestly, see Bischoff, ever since he returned, see, anytime he's been in like physical segments or matches, he's always delivered, and Shane's always delivered. So I don't see what the fucking problem with this is. People greeting. What would you rather, Rob Conway versus Mark Jindrak in the main event, or Shane McMahon versus Bischoff?
Shane versus Bischoff.
That's what it's got to be.
It's the guy that used to own WCW versus the guy that bought it.
Well, yeah.
WCW on a pole match, brother.
Lawler, he's putting over how it's so much a dream match during the Rene Dupree and Bubba Ray Dudley. Yo, is Rene Dupree and Dudley a better wrestling match? Yeah. But is it better?
But I'm just not invested in Bubba Ray versus Rene Dupree. No. I'm invested in Eric Bischoff versus...
Now, Devon thought JR was back, so he went down to ringside for this, instead of being on the commentary desk like last week. But JR's no back, it's still the coach. When are they going to put the fire out on JR's arse so he can come back?
I think he might be back next week.
Because see, the coach... He's not cutting my mustard, is he?
I'll give it a couple more weeks. I think we're getting JR back.
I know the coach is going to turn soon, but...
JR's got to be back for SummerSlam. He has to be.
He's got to do it, but...
That's got to be JR.
That's got to be.
No, but you know when that music hits... You talk about pops. Dun 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 dun. You know JR's going to get a massive one.
No, yeah, and JR deserves to get a massive one because he's the fucking greatest commentator that ever lived by a country mile. But Devon, who might not think that, cracks Rene Dupree over the head with the flagpole. Bubba bomb, 1, 2, 3, bang bang, good night. There you go. Match only lasted a couple of minutes, only lasted what it needed to. Evolution is in the back. Triple H is like, oh, I've got a badly pulled groin here. Bischoff comes in panicking. Oh, I've got a proposition for you, Triple H. So obviously Bischoff's going to enlist the help of Evolution, while Triple H gets a favour in return regarding his match against Goldberg. And apparently on the Australia tour. We got a wee recap of that. Christian battered Booker T on that. He left him in a pile.
He left him down under.
He left him in a pile of dreadlocks down under. I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, Christian putting it to Booker T and also making fun of Rosie. You're just a piece of shit. And didn't really rate the Hurricane that much either. So tonight we're getting the Hurricane versus Christian. Even the mid-card guys, lower mid-card guys, jobber guys were great in this era.
Well, Randy Orton versus Scott Steiner. Orton says for the match, no one wants to see Stacey Keebler's nipples, they want to see mine.
Boo! I mean, Orton's a good-looking guy, but come on, read the room, Randy, for fuck's sake.
Play the game, son.
I mean, people get to, you know what I mean? People get to see your nipples every time they turn the TV on. They're there. Stacey's are like a fucking commodity, you know? They're like...
Can Gunther no cut these promos?
No.
Nobody wants to see Nia Jax's nipples. They want to see Gunther's.
I can guarantee you nobody turned up there to see Orton's nipples.
Well, I tell you what, there was a row of women, normal looking women may I add, in the front row going ballistic when he won.
No, there was, and women.
That sums up wrestling then. No, you don't get that.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going to argue that even if these women were 100% straight, they'd probably rather have a look at Stacey's because they just don't get to see hers.
Oh yes, absolutely. But
you know,
I do also. It's not like Orton said this as a heel thing to say, but it's not like the crowd shat on it as much as you would probably think they would have shat on it.
No, like half the women were like, "Aye, sure, we like you, Randy."
Now, if like Gene Snitsky with yellow teeth.
I honestly reckon if Randy Orton said this today, man, I reckon half the guys in the crowd would be fucking cheering.
Yeah,
Randy. Yeah, Randy. We don't want to see Stacey's nipples. It's all about you and Gunther's nipples. We love your nipples anyway.
Test came out. Orton. Randy hits the RKO on Steiner. 1, 2, 3.
I thought it was one of the poorest RKOs, but probably because it takes Steiner that long to get down to the fucking floor. So.
Yeah. You know what, man? I think it's just unfortunate what's happened to Steiner. But yeah, I'll say it's a good thing because he goes to TNA and has a pretty good end of his career.
Yeah, you know what? WWE just never allowed the guy on the mic enough, and maybe they feared what he would say on the mic.
I know. I don't understand why they didn't though, because I thought McMahon would love that.
Yeah.
Steiner's really unlucky. I mean, he got it in WCW, but I think Steiner in like 98, 99 WWE. Could have been fucking massive.
Yeah, definitely.
But he got it in WCW, but that was towards the end of WCW where it was, let's face it, deed.
Yeah, kind of dying. I would have loved to have seen Steiner light up the mic in this period, but just for one reason or another, it didn't happen.
Factor in WCW guys coming in. We're not really going to put you over. It is what it is. We've got Rosie wearing some street clothes. He's like, right, Hurricane, I'm ready to be a superhero. That's when Christian came in and said, I left him in a heap of dreadlocks.
Aye, we've discussed this already. You jumped the gun.
Well, I did jump the gun, but well, technically I just said about Christian because we were in Australia. But an Australia tour, there you go. And Hurricane goes, holy shit, because there's a box with shit labelled at the front of it. And this guy obviously looks like Roman Reigns because it's his brother. But this is modern wrestling in a box. Big bag of shite.
Yeah, then Bischoff recruits Rodney Mack to help him against Shane, but Austin comes in and it's like, really? Rodney Mack's the best you've got? Shane McMahon's not just any old white boy.
Yeah, but it's like, you're getting Evolution, now you're getting Rodney Mack. It's like, fuck, talk about that. Where's Terry Long? What's in it for the black man player?
Yeah, then we get Hurricane versus Christian. Christian picks up the win over the Hurricane, then Rosie comes out at the end and makes the save wearing one of the shittest looking DIY costumes you could probably ever find.
He's not wearing that coach, is he?
And he hits like a side slam on Christian, and then Rosie and Hurricane celebrate. So it looks like Rosie is officially the superhero in training, and now he's got his own uniform as well. So
I like this. This was fun. I mean, Christian, yeah, he's went for winning the IC belt to this, but we'll take it. Kane arrives in the police van.
The paddy wagon.
I know. Coach just comes out with some shite. I know it is the paddy wagon. That's what like Family Guy would say about like the Brits.
Yeah.
Oh, the paddy wagon.
You're trying to put this over as like a serious, I don't know.
He's in that, you know, like JR, like he's in that reinforced fucking SWAT van.
Yeah, bulletproof.
Aye.
Reinforced steel.
7 tons of reinforced. No, the
surrounded by barbed wire.
The paddy wagon.
Unpenetrable, but nah, paddy wagon.
Tell you what, it wouldn't be the worst thing Coach heard all night.
Right, we then get Ric Flair versus Goldberg. Triple H is on commentary. The match doesn't last that long because Randy Orton comes down and attacks Goldberg. And then Triple H is like, you thought that wasn't fair, then you're going to want to see this. Triple H makes his way down to the ring.
What about he fucking asked Coach if he wanted to massage his bad groin?
Oh, actually, yeah, that's true.
That's a bit gay.
Yeah, I mean,
not a bit.
I mean, at this stage, I'm not surprised.
Yo,
nothing Triple H does surprises me anymore.
See, in 2003, this is funny because he's like, oh, Coach, that's the best offer you've ever had. But see, looking at this with hindsight, 20 odd years later, it's like, what way did Triple H swing?
Yeah, but you know what? That guy in the green shirt, he's a homo. But I think this is even weird. It's like, why would Triple H even want Coach to do it?
Yeah.
It's a bit. You're supposed to believe this is evolution. They go backstage, they're hanging out with all these hot women.
Yeah, but now he wants Coach.
Why would Triple H want fucking Coach to put his hands anywhere near his groin?
I don't understand it, man. Weird. Ends in a DQ. I mean, it was fun. I mean, Triple H. But I just think Triple H feels like a jobber, folks. Been saying this for weeks. He does not feel like the world champion.
Yeah. Then we get Shawn Michaels making the save. Then Jericho comes out and he attacks Michaels. And then Nash comes out to save.
Booed the fuck out of Michaels.
Yeah, they didn't like Michaels, but then obviously Jericho came out, the hometown Canadian hero, got a big pop. Nash made the save, and then Austin didn't like everybody brawling. So he says, right, I can't change the match, Goldberg, Triple H, but I can add to it, and he adds Randy Orton, Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash into that match. It's going to be a 6-way no DQ match, and it's going to be inside the Elimination Chamber. So that's your match at SummerSlam.
It needed it. If Triple H is truly hurt and Goldberg, we know what Goldberg's like, it needed this.
Yeah, and then Ric Flair got back in the ring just to get another spear done to him. And then Orton started getting battered. We went for a commercial break. We came back. There was some guy in the crowd talking about his new show that's happening after Raw. Randy Orton's still in the ring. He gets lifted up by Nash and chucked out. Then Jericho comes back out and attacks Nash, and Nash batters him and hits the jackknife, and Orton is on the outside, dead. And then you've got Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash celebrating.
If you think of it, you're losing Kane for Nash, you're losing Van Damme for Jericho, and you're losing, who's the other guy that got it to this match? Goldberg. You're losing Goldberg. I mean, for Booker T.
Orton and Goldberg are in.
Like, in terms of
and Kane as well.
In terms of like star power, this match is probably better. Like Goldberg, Nash over those guys, but.
So wait, hold on. So you're from the Elimination Chamber originally on Raw. You're losing Booker T, RVD, and Kane,
and you're getting Orton, Nash, and Goldberg.
That's it's about a tie.
It is about a tie, but I do think Nash and Goldberg's name value weighs more than like Van Damme and Booker T. Well, no, it's close.
I don't know. I actually think the original lineup. Goldberg definitely feels like a bigger deal, but for me, Kane is better than Nash.
Yes,
and
it's close.
RVD's better than Orton.
Yeah, no, it's close. But obviously,
and Booker T's better than Orton, but Goldberg probably feels like the bigger star at them all. So
yeah. Triple H then tells Bischoff, "Well, you know what? I want everything changed because that's no right. I'm not defending that." And he's like, "Well, I can't do it. It's out of my hands." He's like, "Well, guess what? Tonight's out of my hands, dickhead. Yeah, I'm not coming out there.
You're on your own against Shane McMahon."
Fuck you.
Right, then we got a women's title match. Trish versus Molly Holly. Not quite sure why Trish is getting it, but yeah, that's what just happened back in the day. People just got title matches, and it was quick and it was good, and you got them every single week. And someone didn't have to jump through a million hoops to get like. See nowadays, someone has to win like 8 weeks worth of matches to get a US title shot. It's like fuck that. Anyway, Trish versus Molly Holly. Victoria comes out, causes a DQ, does a slam on Trish on the outside, looked a bit nasty. I think Trish kind of landed half on the mat and half on Victoria's leg.
Victoria fucked her leg.
Yeah, then Victoria's limping around, and Gail Kim runs out to make the save and takes care of Molly Holly and Victoria, and then starts battering Trish Stratus. So, not sure what's happening here. Maybe she blames Trish on costing her the title. She did kind of ruin her unbeaten streak, so we'll see.
No, we will see, but again, Molly Holly, I mean, Gail Kim runs out, and you're thinking, right, well, she's going to make the save, then ends up turning on us. I know a bit early to turn Gail Kim.
Maybe they just didn't think the face run was working.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. The heel run, we'll see anyway.
Right, Shane then attacks the police van. He's trying to get at Kane, but the police are dragging him away, so there you go. Shane can't get to Kane.
Lance Storm then says, I'm boring. Loudest pop of the night, by the way, when he appeared on screen, because they're in Canada. Well, I say loudest pop of the night. Loudest pop I've ever heard for Lance Storm. He says, I need some guy for help, because you are anything but boring. You're the opposite. It's gold. Let's. And he's like slapping Lance Storm's arse. And I mean, it's funny, but again, in hindsight, these two are a bit fucking weird in 2025. And
yeah, I mean, if Goldust asked Lance Storm to massage his groin, I'd accept that.
Yeah. Boring. Anyway, Bischoff then runs over and he says, "Oh, officers died. Shane battered them, man." And you know what? Looking at his punches, I fucking believe it. Shane could have fucking laid them all out.
Left them in a bloody heap.
And then...
No dreadlocks.
What's Bischoff going to do? He must want a word with Kane. Up next, Rob Van Dam versus Chris Jericho. Again, this match, absolutely brilliant because it is Rob Van Dam versus Chris Jericho. I mean, you can't really get a bad match out of these two, can't you? No, there was one or two botches that I noticed, but you send these two, they're not going to have a bad match.
No. RVD wins with a split-legged moonsault. Didn't really see that coming.
No, but I guess Rob Van Dam going into the match against Kane at SummerSlam, he does need a bit more momentum per se than Jericho does. But here, looking forward to it. Then after the match, well, actually, was it before this or was it after? I know it was after. Sorry, Jericho post-match, it was conspiracy. Fuck you guys, Nash. I want you, hair versus hair. And it's like, yo, I'm not saying this feud between Jericho and Nash is good, right? But at least there's like a massive stipulation. When was the last time there was stipulations in wrestling? Like just like something that you felt like it mattered. Like, fuck, I need to watch that match.
Never.
Honestly, man, it's just like, and it's the fact that both these guys, like, one of them's going to get shaved bald. Like that's enough intrigue in its own. It's like, see as shite as wrestling is today, right? See if Roman Reigns was taking on like Seth Rollins in a hair versus hair match, would you not be a bit more intrigued than you normally would?
Yeah, because you know you're getting like an outcome that is going to be a bit different from what we normally see. There's something actually at stake rather than just a win or a loss.
Yep. Anyway, main event time: Eric Bischoff versus Shane McMahon. Bischoff comes down with his wee punching bag thing, and he gives the
shows off his karate. Actually, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mess with Bischoff. Like,
yeah. Now, what happens here is Shane comes out now. They're half in street clothes, but Shane McMahon is... I say, man, it is street clothes for Shane, but I associate street clothes like more with like a street fight attire, where it's like it's like a denim look almost, with like their elbow pads. But Shane was literally just coming out here for a fucking brawl, and that's what he did. So they get into it. Shane dances about. Bischoff kicks him down 3 times in a row, and it's almost like these kicks wind at Shane. I thought Shane was selling them too much, but then he spears Bischoff down. Bang, 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 bang. I mean, it's just like about 20 odd punches in a row here for Shane. Bischoff's nose is busted open. Dun 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 dun. Here comes Kane. Slow chemical. Batters the fuck out of Shane McMahon after he gets busted open himself. Rips open the steel steps. Puts him down. Tombstone. Flyers him into the ring. Bischoff pins Shane. Bischoff celebrating like fuck. He's high-fiving Kane.
Kane was busted. Bischoff was busted. The guy that got dropped on his head though was alright.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a bit weird. There was a really lackey Austin on this show, wasn't there?
Yeah, we only really seen Austin twice, I can recall, really. Well, 3 times.
Yeah, I thought this Raw was weird.
Yeah, listen, it was... I like the ending, Kane coming out, battering Shane. I mean, the offense was pretty cool as well, where Kane just overpowers him. But I didn't think it was that good of a Raw. I mean, it was... Listen, it was... I just got higher standards for this era, and I expect better. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was decent, but I don't know. Kind of just hope for a bit more.
I think the way Eric Bischoff was treating Shane McMahon was embarrassing.
Yeah.
As if he was like, it was almost like
although I kind of get it because Shane's pissed off and angry, and Bischoff thinks Shane's going to take all that. I think under
when did he do it against Austin?
True, but I think under normal circumstances, like, he wouldn't have been that bored. I think it's more the fact.
No, yes, I do accept that, but the way Bischoff was going around like recruiting help and scared for his life was as if he was taking on Kane tonight, and he wasn't because he was getting Kane's help. Anyway, rating time, I'll give it 5.
I'll get a 6.
It's 5.5 out of 10. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Till next time. Peace.
Some people would refer to this as a pay-per-view level SmackDown. Some people would refer to this as a Vengeance 2.0 show. But for us, it's just another edition of the Blue Brand on Friday nights. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Great matches, some massive Vengeance rematches. But this is what you got. This is what SmackDown was. Big matches, big stars, big moments, and you got it every single week on free TV. Not only do we have Benoit and Eddie Guerrero once again stepping in the middle of the ring, we got John Cena and The Undertaker. 2 rematches there from Vengeance, and if that wasn't enough, we're getting a fucking 15-foot steel cage match with Vince McMahon, the owner of the company, taking on the former owner of the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar. And I'm sure we've got some other good stuff on this show. What a SmackDown, what a card. I can't wait to get into it.
We've got the Basham brothers getting whipped. We've got...
Alright, enough said. I mean, there's a reason I didn't mention that to start.
There's a reason I mentioned it, because I need to bring us back down to earth. But I tell you what, I've touched the stars here with this show. This is what wrestling should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, no, this
is just one brand.
Yeah, but look at this match card. This is, I don't care any era. What you can say, the Attitude Era is the best era of all time. I agree with you. But for me, I think this card would not look out of place on an Attitude Era pay-per-view.
Oh, aye, absolutely.
Especially the 3 main matches. I mean,
yeah.
Benoit and Eddie are, in terms of technical wrestling, that's a classic. Anytime you put those 2 together, you're getting a classic. You're getting John Cena versus The Undertaker, the current Hall of Famer, you know, the current big dog, the number 1 guy in the company. Versus the upcoming future star. Obviously, we knew John Cena had potential back then. We didn't quite know how big he was going to be. And then you've got Lesnar versus McMahon. That could be a card on any show, any
it could
year.
Be. No, my problem is though, right? Of people of today in 2025, they look at these match cards, right, and they say, but it only goes 3 minutes till there's a screwy finish with a DQ. Who gives 2 shits?
No, but look at this.
No, who cares though?
Yeah, no, but look at this SmackDown, and then look at the one that was on last in 2025. Like Gargano versus Eli Dragunov.
I rest my case, guys. You know what I mean? Like they'd rather that for 20 minutes than, see with Brock and McMahon. I knew going into it we weren't going to get
a 20-minute
wrestling match.
Yeah,
because if that's what you're expecting, but who wants that?
No.
Leave that to Guerrero and Benoit, and that's what we began with.
Alright, it wasn't quite 20 minutes, but we do get Guerrero Benoit, a Vengeance rematch, and all hell breaks loose. You get Rhino coming back out trying to screw Benoit. You get Tajiri coming out, getting involved, attacking Eddie Guerrero. And then we have Sergeant Slaughter, of all people. Wasn't really expecting this, but the Sarge came out and announced a tag team match.
You want to fight? How about we make this match? Tag team match. I thought he was going to make it a fatal 4-way.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think we probably will get that, maybe for the belt at some point. That'd be good.
Yeah, that could happen.
Maybe a pay-per-view or something, I don't know. Or yes, they didn't wait the pay-per-views to give you good matches, so we'll probably get it next week. Right, anyway, it was Chris Benoit and Tajiri versus Guerrero and Rhino. And Benoit gets his win back on Ladino Heat. He makes him cross it. After Rhino was put through the tarantula. So
good spot where it looked like he didn't make the tag, but he did make the tag. But the referee saw it.
Yeah,
Guerrero didn't see
Guerrero fucking didn't see it, because Guerrero hits the frog splash on Tajiri and he thinks he's got it won. But little did he know that Benoit was the legal man. We then go backstage with Josh Matthews and Angle. Angle says tonight, Lesnar, he's his friend, even though he's a bit of a big, angry, dumb giant at times.
He says that he's heard rumours of this guy. Scotch tape, 2 midgets, and a picture of Justin Timberlake on his wall.
Yeah, I think it was Kurt Angle trying to channel his inner Rocky Johnson, or Rocky Maivia, or The Rock.
Aye.
The people's champ, brother.
Yeah, Josh Matthews, gay, potentially. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Kurt Angle trying to out him here, but Kurt Angle says that him and Brock will fix things tonight. We then got a SummerSlam Elimination Chamber promo. Looking forward to SummerSlam, should be a great show. We then see Matt Hardy attacking Zach Gowen last week, and then we get Nuncio with Stamboli and Palumbo versus Gowen. The rest of the FBI get kicked out from ringside, and then Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore do commentary. Some pretty good commentary here. Matt Hardy was ripping the piss out of...
He puts ketchup on one fry at a time.
Oh yeah.
That would be a waste of red sauce for me.
Yeah, just too time consuming as well.
Yeah.
After the match, I mean, Matt Hardy screws. I mean, Nunzio needed the win here. He needed help to get the win, and then Matt Hardy comes in afterwards and beats up Zach Gowen and then hops on one leg as he raises his hands in the air. So Matt Hardy doesn't like Zach Gowen.
Yeah, and I think it's going to get worse for Zach Gowen next week, though.
Matt Hardy has one more leg than Zach Gowen.
Yeah, and he was just pretending to be Zach Gowen. He was hopping about on one leg. On this day.
I tell you what, though, Zach Gowen's having some decent matches here.
No, honestly, I said it last week, I'll say it again. For a guy with one leg, he's as good as you could get.
It's actually fucking mental how entertaining Zach Gowen matches are.
Yeah. No, honestly, like...
His selling's actually good.
Zach Gowen...
See when he gets hit with a clothesline or something,
It wouldn't work if he was big. He actually has to be the way he is.
Yeah.
Like, you see if Zach Gowen was built like McMahon, but his legs were built like Matt Hardy's fries, it wouldn't work. It works that he's a wee ditty man.
Oh, but he can't do 20 minutes. Who wants him to do 20 minutes?
Exactly.
Yeah, it was a match with McMahon. His fences was long
His
enough.
leg didn't even do 10 seconds on Earth, so I mean...
Right, we go backstage. Undertaker walks in on Vince and Sable. They're all over each other. Undertaker basically gives Sable the eyes and tells her to fuck off. He calls Sable or his oral hoochie, and then Vince explains that...
Oil hoochie.
Was it oil?
That's what it says here, oil.
I've got oral.
Oral, hoochie,
That's what
oil.
happens when you're reading off different websites. I think
Good
oral
oil.
would make more sense. No, I mean...
Yeah, well, either or, McMahon. I mean, I'm sure there's oil involved in some capacity, but...
Taker's no happy, and he says that if McMahon was a member of his family, he'd be battered and bruised.
Why doesn't he bat him anyway?
Well, that's a good point.
Guess he did try to do the whole ceremony on Stephanie.
Yeah, because he says he doesn't like what McMahon did, getting a big £360 or A-train to run over his own daughter. And then Vince says, well, if you don't get out of my face, maybe you'll end up on the shelf, just like Steph. So Taker and McMahon can see the feud.
I remember when Taker shoved fucking JR's face up McMahon's arse.
Right. That wasn't very nice
The
to Taker.
McMahon ran about with the hat on. Oh, great.
Anyway, maybe that was his punishment for being racist.
I know.
Anyway,
You're gonna taste my shit, pal.
I like this. This was pretty good. And then we get Funaki literally pulling on the collar here of McMahon.
McMahon, speak English. Walk.
So Brock, walk the Brock. So Funaki takes McMahon to Brock, and Brock's just been laid out, and McMahon's like, what the hell happened?
Then he looks at Kurt.
And Kurt's
that
like backing
sadistic
off.
Look.
And Kurt's just backing off like it wasn't me, but Vince is pointing at Kurt. He thinks that Kurt did this.
See McMahon's facial expressions, man. Honestly, second to none.
Yep, then we get Cena versus Taker, another really good match, and every match these guys have had have been good. This one was good, the Vengeance one was really good, and the one before that as well, where Cena beat Taker in the tournament.
Brilliant match, by the way.
So, I mean, Cena, people say, oh, it's a shame we never got Cena versus Taker. I agree, we never got Cena versus Taker when Cena was, like, solidified as a top guy.
We got it in 2007, though.
A tag team match?
No, they had a one-on-one match.
Did they? Mm-hmm. Raw or SmackDown?
Raw.
Well, either way, no, but like, these matches have been great.
No, I would agree though. I mean, I think Cena Taker, they did miss a trick in the early 2010s.
I think even before that. I know you said they had one on Raw, but they never had a pay-per-view match around that time.
I know, but it's hard for two guys on two different brands. That's just what happened then.
No, that is true.
The 2018 match was a joke.
Yeah, because Taker was always on SmackDown because, SmackDown was just his show. And then Cena was always like the main guy, so he was always on the A show, Raw. So they just never really had that match, which is unfortunate. Everyone else kind of moved.
I mean, I guess it could happen in
those were
Mania 23.
See, when you think about it, those are the two guys that just never really moved brand.
Yeah. And I liked it.
Once he got to 2005 and Cena became the top guy, I know they moved Cena to SmackDown one night, but then moved him back an hour later. But even Triple H got moved to SmackDown.
That time went on that.
And I never seen that coming.
No. But see, good stuff. I like when people get moved a bit and it was surprising.
Yeah, but
now it doesn't even matter.
Imagine McMahon died in like 2008 or something, and Triple H took over the control while he was still wrestling, and he was the booker. Do you think he'd have moved himself to SmackDown?
Not a chance.
Definitely not. Anyway, I thought Triple H's run on SmackDown was like a bit refreshing.
Yeah,
SmackDown was good at that point. You had Jeff Hardy, Edge, Taker.
I tell you what, people bash those years, Fucking the Raw guest host years. Fucking get me over the day.
No, I honestly see back then. The problem is going into 2008, 2009. At that point in time, yeah, they were probably the worst years.
Yeah.
That we'd watched. If you'd maybe I don't know.
Even
maybe,
then, no, I think there's a case of some of those years like you'd be getting better. Like I think Jericho Michaels is brilliant.
Yeah, but like back then you were like, not too great. But when you compare it to now, it's like holy fuck.
I watched
take us
SummerSlam
back.
2008 a couple of months ago and it was fine. No, I mean it was better than fine. It was great.
The intro's great. See the promo package gets you hyped.
Aye.
It's like a 3-minute intro and it shows.
They're driving the boot and it's Hollywood. And
I
it's all
fucking
that shit.
miss them. Anyway, let's move on. So Cena gets the win. A-Train comes out, attacks Undertaker. Cena then gives Undertaker the FU, and Cena gets the win. I mean, not 100% clean, but he beat him with his own move.
Yeah, and
It's not like he just covered. He didn't get a cover over like a move for A-Train. He actually.
Yeah, it is setting up A-Train Taker at SummerSlam, which again, I think that's two. I mean, honestly, 2 years in a row. Taker took on Test last year and he's taking on A-Train this year. I like Test. A lot better than A-Train, but I thought Taker would have got more than TNA.
St. Anger is the theme song for SummerSlam this year. I'm a bit confused because we're not getting St. Anger.
Aye, and we're watching
We're getting
the
some-
2003 Satellite Edition.
Yeah, we're getting some dubbed in shite, which is sad, but it is what it is.
St. Anger, hold my boy.
Then we get Jimmy Noble versus Doug Basham, with Danny and Shaniqua. The numbers game comes into effect. Noble picks up the win. Billy Gunn makes a save. Billy Gunn, Jimmy Noble, what's going on
This
there?
entire feud is
What?
just to do with like foursomes and then you've got the Bashams and Shaniqua and it's just about weird sex.
How many people can McMahon fit in a bed? That's the question.
I mean McMahon is probably shot on all 7 of these people.
Yeah, we get a Bradshaw book advertised. Then we get Rey Mysterio versus Charlie Haas in a pretty good match. Haas taps out Rey Mysterio in the Haas of Pain, and I like this move. I think not only do I think it's a good submission, it looked really good when he done it on Ray. I think it's a good name as well.
Because Ray's a wee diddy, man.
And so you can like kind of snap Ray and bend him in position. But I mean, see, let's be honest, Charlie Haas could do this on Big Show and it'll look shit.
Oh, fucking damn right.
But
yeah.
I like the name Haas of Pain.
No, it's a good name, good look as well. It
Billy
looks,
Kidman
it looks
wasn't
like
there,
it looks
so-
like it does damage.
Yeah, and I don't know, I was kind of expecting Ray to win, so if Charlie Haas gets the win. I think he deserves it.
I like a wee surprise or two.
Also, I don't think there's much difference between Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. People talk about Shelton Benjamin as if he should have been like a multi-time world champ, and then people just forget about Charlie Haas. The only difference was Benjamin had a bit more like athletic ability in terms of aerial.
See another thing, right? I think what helped Benjamin is that he was black. I think because
I made him stand out.
yeah, I genuinely believe that.
There was less black
I
people
feel
on
like
the
with
roster.
Charlie Haas, he was a dime a dozen. Like in terms of look, I feel like Shelton Benjamin, in terms of athletic black guys, at this period there wasn't a lot.
True.
And I'm not, I think personally Shelton Benjamin's better than Haas, but I agree with you. Like I think if they went with Haas instead of Benjamin, it wouldn't have felt that.
Yeah, but in my opinion, there's not enough in it for Benjamin to have this like Hall of Fame legendary career, and for Charlie Haas to be known as a nobody.
I agree. Because I think we see in later years when Haas does impersonations, he's got a bit more charisma than.
Yeah, listen, it's not like Shelton Benjamin's Michaels and Charlie Haas is Jannetty.
Yeah.
It's not like
fucking
that. at
damn
all.
right. No, it's nothing like that.
So that's why I give you
Anyway,
praise here to Charlie Haas.
The cage is lowered. They recap Brock's injury. Angle leaves McMahon's office. What's going on here? So, Angle's the referee. Brock is in there. He's looking a wee bit concussed. This would never happen. They would never even talk about concussion now,
Yeah,
let alone play it into a story.
Lesnar then gets McMahon up for the F5, but then he falls to the floor, passes out. McMahon's like, pin him. McMahon goes for the cover. Angle refuses to make the pin. Angle then gets slapped by McMahon. Vince is irate. He wants Angle to pin him out, so he wants to get the win. McMahon then crawls over Lesnar again, and Angle just puts him in the ankle lock and drags him off of Brock Lesnar. And then, unknown to Angle, Brock just kips up and proceeds to batter Angle, throws him against the cage, destroys him, bloodies him, and then we see McMahon and Brock leave. Angle's left in the ring after getting whacked with the WWE title, and you just get like this like maniac laugh from Vince and Brock to end the show.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Brock Lesnar and McMahon team up here.
Yeah,
I wish we'd seen it more.
Brock's a natural heel. Just doesn't really work as a face.
Yeah, I think he's a decent face, but you're right. Heel is where it works with Brock. Heel is where it works with McMahon, and I think these two firing like Make-A-Wish kids and Sack Gown down flights of stairs over the next couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to it. Sign me up. Anyway, great SmackDown on paper. For me, it delivered. I mean, yeah, there might be a few things I'd maybe tweak, but this ending was something they hadn't done before.
No, I thought it was...
And seeing wrestling, I've got to give credit for that. Seeing I see something that's not been done before to that point, got to say fair play.
No, it was a great show. I'll get an 8 out of 10.
I'll get an 8 out of 10 as well. What more can you really ask for? I mean, if you throw in like a TLC 4-way for the tag belts, maybe that's like an extra, but...
You're not asking for much, are you? Holy shit.
I know, but... that is not a train I would like to board. I'm all aboard though. SmackDown.
Train, CJ.
SmackDown for me, better than Raw.
Definitely at the moment.
All we heard was, 2002 SmackDown so much better than Raw. I think it's all about 2003 SmackDown, baby.
I think 2002 Raw was better than SmackDown.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. 8 out of 10. Peace. We are 13 days away from the biggest party of the summer, and things are beginning to heat up. Welcome back to Fall Wrestling. It's the 11th of August 2003. Kane takes on Eric Bischoff tonight. Dare I say, one of the greatest professional wrestling entrances of all time, baby.
Yeah, you got everything. You got Kane making the entrance. You got the appearance of the police. You got JR returning on commentary. You got Bischoff in the ring, shitting his pants. You've got the visuals of the, like I said, the police, and then the shackles around Kane, this big 7-foot fucking demon who's glancing over towards JR as JR's cursing him out, and Kane smirking as if to say, haha, I set your big fat ass on fire 3 weeks ago. Everything was just fucking great. And then of course I think you've got one of the best entrance songs of all time as well. Just phenomenal. Kane in the end with the pyro going off and staring down Eric Bischoff and just like removing the towel from his head. So aye, great entrance. I think it's one of the best entrances of all time, hands down.
Absolutely,
hands fucking down. Everything about this was perfect.
And the drop of the music when when he puts his arms down, the fire goes up. Brilliant. But let's get to the show, because was the show perfect? Far from it, in my opinion. But Bischoff comes out, he's bragging, he's burying Shane. He says he likes all the McMahons, Vince, Linda, Stephanie, but he's never liked Shane. And I don't know, this felt kind of real to me. He says that Shane is only in WWE because of his last name, and that he is pretty much the Frank Sinatra Jr. of WWE. And obviously, Frank Sinatra is Frank Sinatra, and Frank Sinatra Jr. is, well, just a jobber at the end of the day. I like Shane, definitely has his mark on wrestling history, but I'm willing to bet big money that he is better than Frank. He's more comparable to Vince than Frank Sinatra Jr. is to Frank Sinatra Senior. Would you agree with that?
I didn't even know there was a Frank Sinatra Jr.
Well, but we all knew.
So there you go. There you go. I didn't even know he had a son. And if he has a son, what's he famous for? What's he known for? I'm going to assume
music.
I'm going to. Well, that's news to me.
Well, I don't know. It might be. I'm just guessing shite music. But it comes JR. JR basically says, "Get that black boy out of my seat."
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. JR is staring at the table and he wants to sit down, and coach is sitting in his spot. So yeah,
stealing my seat, boy. JR here. I don't know. He was a bit botchy, wasn't he? He was kind of over the place in this segment.
Which one?
This one? The one where he comes out and confronts Bischoff? Don't know, he was struggling to get his fucking words out.
Well, he did have a contract, and yeah, Austin's there as well, and there's a contract, and Bischoff thinks that the contract is to face
Shane.
Stop
saying fucking contract. The contract, I'll tell you what the contract is. The contract is in fact a match, but Bischoff didn't look.
Well, that's why he always looked. Rookie mistake for Bischoff.
Yep, and the small print reads, "You're taking on Kane." And obviously, I guess a cheap pop. Everyone's loving this. Kane versus Eric Bischoff later on tonight. But I tell you what, Kane's pretty much single-handedly been carrying this fucking show ever since the 23rd of June when he unmasked, and it's now the 11th of August, so a lot of time has passed right now. But you've got essentially Austin, Bischoff, JR, Kane, Shane, and Van Damme. Isn't that brilliant?
Aye, great. It's
It's a big fucking mixing
It's the
pot.
best thing. It's the best thing going on Raw because the world title scene's not doing too much.
Triple H stinking out the joint like fucking McMahon shiting on top of those people, man. Just no. I mean, this could have got. You could have got a 6-man tag out of this, couldn't you?
I believe so, but I think Triple H is carrying an injury. Even if you look at the Elimination Chamber match, he doesn't really do fuck all in it, does he?
No, he doesn't.
So I am led to believe that this Triple H injury is legit. Because in terms of, from a physical standpoint, he's not doing much.
Yeah, but why not just take the belt? We have to be consistent. If this was 2025, I'd be calling for this guy to be stripped of the belt. So why not fucking strip him of the belt?
Well, at least he stepped in the ring to defend it, though.
Yes, I'll accept that. But why?
At least he's there every week. You might not be doing much physically, but at least he's showing up.
Very true, right? And I understand it might disrupt the Evolution even more if you just strip the belt off him, right? But how much better would this Kane run be looked back on if he actually had the big gold belt?
True, but you know what?
A demon monster with a belt.
Does he really need the belt at this point?
He doesn't, but I think he needs it more than Triple H, who's doing nothing with it. Keeping it warm.
I disagree. I mean, Triple H is supposed to be, I'm the leader, I'm the Evolution, I'm the present. So if Evolution's really the past, the present, and the future, then you really think that the present should be the champion, shouldn't you?
Well, so Triple H just gets to keep the belt as long as Evolution
No, I'm
exists?
not saying that, but it makes Evolution look more dominant. It makes Evolution look truer to their word if they've got the championship gold in their possession.
Alright, well, I'm just saying, if he's injured, I would personally switch the belt up. But first match, Stacy Keibler and Scott Steiner versus Rico and Miss Jackie. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Rico and Miss Jackie need to get sent wherever and left.
Aye, that made a lot of sense. I think every week we see them, they're getting...
What did that make sense? But it didn't like me, big brain.
They need to get taken wherever and left. I mean, what? It just didn't sound very... What
doesn't make sense about it? Take them wherever, don't give a fuck, and just leave them there.
Anyway, every week that Rico comes out, the crowd pop just gets less and less and less.
I don't even think there was a pop to begin with. It was almost just like, now it's crickets, man. See those things that like fucking lizards eats? That is exactly what Rico...
You know the way they can say you could hear a pin drop?
Aye.
Now you can't even hear the pin. The pin's not getting... There's no pin to drop.
There's nothing... There is fucking... It's like hyperspace.
The noise is non-existent.
It is honestly just fucking brutal, but essentially Rico snaps Stacy over him and then Jackie hits one of the worst fucking legs you'll ever see in your life. 1, 2, 3. Good night.
Hits one of the worst ever legs?
Nah, he drops a leg.
Alright, okay.
I mean,
leg drop then?
Yeah, but I feel it's disingenuous to people actually drop leg drops. You know, the Hulk Hogan's, the Matt Hardys of this world.
Yeah, so you're not calling this a leg drop?
Nah,
No.
it's simply just a fucking leg, a Jackie leg.
Enough.
That wasn't cutting the mustard for me. Awful match, folks.
A leg without the drop?
Test then says this needs to end, and Steiner's like, yes, this needs to end. I'm going to put her on the line. 1 more time. It's like, but what's stopping Test for not saying no the next time you beat him then?
Yeah, what's that? Why? Test could be like, no, I want another shot.
Yeah.
What's Test putting up for stakes? It's alright Stacey agreeing to this, but what's Test putting on the line?
Exactly. Anyway, right, Flair's backstage. Oh, I don't want to take on Goldberg, going out there all alone. Triple H is like, well, fuck you, Flair. What about the Elimination Chamber? Randy Orton is like, oh, well, it's going to be 2 against 4. Triple, don't worry.
Still not good numbers, is it?
Don't worry, Hunter. Was also another segment with Evolution where he's like, oh, Bischoff said I could change the match, guys, and don't worry, we can't change the participants, but Randy's the referee. Yay! Kane then arrives in the police van. I mean, it's a cool visual as always, but I mean, at least fucking you've got JR on commentary and he's no calling it the paddy wagon.
Oh, and the bracelets.
The jacket. Right, the Dudley Boys.
They're taking the bracelets off of Kane. I mean, what the fuck?
Dudley Boys versus Lad Assistants ends in a DQ. Devon gets hit with the American flag after about 30 seconds. And they drink some French wine. Wwe. Goldust comes up to Molly Holly. Weird as fuck. And then who appears at a note? It's fucking Lance Storm.
Yeah, channeling his inner gold dust.
Truly someone that's not boring. And then he scares her off. There was some midgets. And come on, little Goldie. We have some sausages and midgets waiting on us. It's like...
Yeah, he tried to put over a word, but he kind of got stuck on the ass, saying that was a large ass, and then, the Tourette's just didn't really work out for Lance Storm. He gets slapped, and Molly Holly just walks away, and Lance Storm doesn't think he's got what it takes to be the next Goldust.
This is just McMahon humour, man. He's like, oh, midgets and sausages. People love it's just kind of fucking hilarious. Like the McMahon at like the age of 60 is like fucking laughing his fucking head off at the thoughts of midgets and sausages. There's just something fucking brilliant about that. Right, backstage, Shawn Michaels and Nash. I think Nash at this point is fucking checked out. He's just like, yeah, Shawn, one of us could become world champion.
Could be me.
Boring.
Could be you.
And then Goldberg like sneaks his head round the door.
It's going to be me.
See, considering the three people in this segment, why was it so bad?
Yeah, should have been good, but it wasn't. It was shite. Christian comes out with Booker T's music and Booker T's title. It turns out that Christian won the belt for Booker T at a house show. So Booker T's Intercontinental title reign lasted, about 3 weeks?
Yeah. Just absolutely mental how this is the fucking case. But I mean, a house show, at least they made house shows worthwhile back then, but is Booker T injured? I'm going to guess so. Then he tells...
We're on Spike TV and I've got the perfect opponent to defend my title against. And of course it's Spike Dudley. Spike TV, Spike Dudley, ha 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 ha.
I don't think Spike Dudley's ever gave a bad match.
No, definitely not.
Delivers.
No, it was good. Christian hits the unprettier on Spike though, gets the win. 1, 2, 3. Decent match. Spike Dudley getting a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Didn't win. Didn't expect him to win either. So.
No, of course not. Bischoff's then trying to suck up to Kane. He's like, well, come on, I'll lie down to you. It's not gonna happen for Kane. Nah, Kane's a monster. Then we get the match: Eric Bischoff versus Kane. This was
Kane comes out. We get the entrance. It's
brilliant.
great. You got JR saying, "Oh, I hope Eric Bischoff gets beaten within an inch of his life tonight." And then Kane walks out that arena and gets run over by a 18-wheeler truck. And King's like, "Well, JR, tell us how you really feel." So JR, no love lost for any of these two guys. Kane gets in the ring, grabs Bischoff, lifts him up, and JR's like, "Choke slam him! Choke slam him, you son of a bitch! Choke slam him!"
Kane, what are you doing?
And then Kane just puts him down, and JR's freaking out. Kind of reminded me of Austin teaming up with McMahon at Mania 17. JR's like, "What the hell is this?"
This is why they got JR back, man, because Coach just wouldn't have sold this.
Yeah, Coach just doesn't cut the mustard.
He doesn't. Now, what I would say is this didn't really cut the mustard for me, because then Kane just gets counted out, cuts a promo on the fans. Then Van Dam comes out. They get into a brawl, and Kane basically just batters the fuck out of Van Dam, and that's it. And then I'm assuming Kane will just fucking kill him at SummerSlam. It's like with this Kane storyline, it's definitely the best thing on Raw by a mile, but I feel like there's more they can do with it. And I feel like Kane killing Bischoff here in about a 4-minute match would have been the right thing to do.
Why?
Because I wanted to see it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Kane doesn't give a fuck what you want to see.
I know, but I feel like it was the right thing to do.
What, a 4-minute wrestling match, Kane and Bischoff?
But see, there you go. Putting words, wrestling match? No, a fucking massacre is what I wanted to see.
Well, Kane didn't want to give you it.
JR wanted to see it.
Aye, why is Kane want to give JR what JR want? Kane set JR's fat ass on fire.
No, I know it makes total logical sense.
He barbecued his arse.
Kane doesn't want to do it, but it's what I wanted to see. But sometimes we don't give you what you want. We give you what you need.
Kane's a heel. He's not a good guy anymore.
And that's what this was. But I wanted it. Well, did you not want him to bust fucking Bischoff's arse?
Yeah, and that's why it didn't happen.
Well, because we wanted it. Fair enough, right? Gail Kim's like, oh, I turned on Trish because no one talked to me when I was champion. I wanted attention.
No, you want to talk to me. So basically she says she's going to get her title back tonight.
Right, Trish, Gail Kim, Molly Holly. 2-on-1 on Trish. Gail Kim goes for a move in the corner. Roll up by Molly Holly. 1, 2, 3.
It wasn't a roll up, clothesline. A pinfall. 1, 2, 3.
Same pish though.
So weird match just ends randomly out of nowhere. Gail Kim loses her title and then gets beat with a clothesline. It's like, what the fuck? It was a clothesline. I watched it right now. You can read the results if you want, but I watched it. It was a clothesline. It was a clothesline. It was a clothesline.
It was an axe handle.
Right, okay.
Are you convinced?
Aye.
Do we need to get the VAR up?
It was a clothesline.
Either or, it doesn't matter. I'll call it an axe handle clothesline. I don't know what the fuck even is an axe handle.
You'll call it whatever blog Sport of Doom Chris says it is. Or Scott even. Mate. Anyway, I don't care. It was a clothesline. And Molly Holly wins. Weird. Very weird. I get it. Sometimes you can lose. I just don't think... a man is losing to a clothesline unless it's Bradshaw hitting it. But this is the women's division, so I guess...
True. Austin
More
comes
can
in,
happen.
tells Bischoff, right, brilliant, you did well, but the small print again reads that the winner of that match between you and Kane had to take on Shane McMahon at some point, so guess what? SummerSlam. I think Shane versus Bischoff at SummerSlam is going to be a bit fucking weird.
No, it is, but here, I'm all for it. It seems more of a Raw main event to me, but SummerSlam, Kane, Bischoff, or Bischoff, McMahon.
You can't help but feel it's all over the place. Like Kane, Van Damme, Austin, Shane, Linda, Eric, JR's arse cheeks. You know, it's just like one big fucking clusterfuck, wung together.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know why Shane's so hell bent on getting his hands on Bischoff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess because he's.
I guess because Kane needs to take care of RVD first, so therefore Shane needs something to, bide his time with. But I just don't know why Shane wants Bischoff so much. But anyway, whatever.
Right, Hurricane versus Rodney Mack. Hurricane wins. I think Rodney Mack's dead on his arse, isn't he?
Yeah, ever since he lost the Black Boy Challenge, it was downhill for them. But then again, he was taking on Goldberg. Of course he was going to lose.
Out comes Rosie looking like a fucking retard in his wee homemade costume. But,
Shit.
He saved him. Then we got a big video package on the Chamber. Pretty much the 2002 package. Apart from the Survivor Series, always.
Well, there only has been one Chamber match, so I guess if you're going to show...
No, but it was the exact
highlights,
same,
then it's going to be...
Yeah, I know, but I'm not on about the highlights of the match. I'm on about like the bit of, it's 6 tons of unforgiving steel, that pish. Felt like it was just fucking copy and paste. Anyway, it's the fucking highlight reel. You ready for the highlight reel? It's Jericho and Nash. I thought this segment was very weird. Essentially what it was, Nash came up with some good lines, so did Jericho, but essentially it was, I'm going to shave, what was he said he was going to shave? His beard or something?
His beard. So it's Jericho's beard against Nash's hair.
Nash is like, well, hold on, that's not very fucking fair.
It's a fair point.
No, it ain't fair. It's like,
Jericho's basically like, here, my hair's better than yours, Nash, so that's why it's not getting risked.
Nash then shows a bunch of versions of Jericho being bald on the Geritron. He keeps getting balder and balder. He's like, Nash, you're a funny guy, but I'll take the title at SummerSlam, bald or not, and put it around my gorgeous waist. And Nash is like, alright then. Then he whips out some electric clippers, after whipping out a pair of scissors, then a bigger pair, then the even bigger pair. I want an answer, man. Then they start brawling, and yeah, but Nash, he needs his haircut because he's going to be in that movie. What's it called? The Punisher?
The Punisher.
Not exactly John Burfell, is he? I believe actually in The Punisher, he got stabbed for real and he no-sold it. And they just kept going. Fair play to Nash.
The wrestlers nowadays be fucking crying wanting a compensation claim.
It's a good thing he didn't stab him in the leg though.
I'm surprised Nash didn't try and get some money out of that actually.
I know, I'm fucking... You're damn fucking right. He's definitely a guy that would do that. Moving on though, right, we got a SummerSlam rundown, but then it was Ric Flair versus Goldberg. It's WCW 1999 all over again. So the gist here is Goldberg does moves. Orton.
Orton's a special referee for anyone that doesn't realise that.
I addressed that earlier.
Yeah, I know, but just in case you're wondering.
People should... there might be some old people that listen to us that got Alzheimer's, but I know most of them don't, so we don't need to reiterate, do we?
Maybe not.
Maybe not, but anyway, Goldberg, he gets shafted, Ric Flair's pins, it's like... honestly, see when you're counting that quick, I'm surprised there's not a botch in there.
Yeah, when you're counting that quick, you may as well just not count and just get the bell rung and award the match to Ric Flair.
Yeah, but Goldberg, he spears both guys down, then out comes Shawn Michaels, he super kicks Orton. Goldberg then hits the jackhammer on Flair, and then Michaels grabs Orton's hand. 1, 2, 3, good night. It was alright. Ric Flair's never going to be beating Goldberg at this stage of the career, but that is pretty much it for Raw. Bit of a weird ending. I hope next week's Raw is a better ending and better build to SummerSlam.
Yeah, quite a few jobber matches tonight. Not going to lie.
Yeah, SmackDown's just been the better show of 2003, hands down.
Yeah, we got the highlight reel was alright, and then we got some decent. The Kane entrance obviously was great, one of the best entrances of all time. But the matches I thought were pretty poor. Hurricane, Rodney Mack, the women's match wasn't great. Christian versus Spike was alright. Dudley's versus La Resistance, again, just seen it a lot of times, not great. Miss Jackie, whatever, nobody cared about that.
But it's like, where is Triple H? He's injured, but he's not even out there.
No, but he was backstage, wasn't he? So, I mean, it is what it is. I'll get a 6 out of 10, guys. It was alright. There was some good moments, but not enough.
I'll get a 6 out of 10 as well. I mean, I feel like the fact that they've got one of the best entrances of all time, that automatically prompts and boosts the show up. But come on, Red Brand. 2002, I feel like they were smoking SmackDown. 2003, I think they're getting smoked. Till next time, peace.
Last week on SmackDown, we seen a friendship end when Lesnar battered Kurt Angle, but this week on SmackDown, we've seen a new friendship blossom with the strongest, most powerful man, Mr. McMahon, and then physically the most strongest, powerful man, Brock Lesnar. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here. This is going to be a quick, under 10-minute SmackDown review, not going to be your normal SmackDown review, and the reason for that is we're currently on the go, and the audio in here probably sounds a bit like shit, probably a bit echoey, so I'm not going to waste 30 minutes talking about SmackDown, although it was, in my opinion, a pretty good show. We opened up with Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon put over Brock Lesnar, basically said this is the most dominant guy, blah blah blah, he's sadistic, this is the real Brock Lesnar.
McMahon loves trying to get things over, doesn't he? Real. He's trying to get it over so bad. He keeps emphasising real. I've got a feeling though this will get dropped within a couple of weeks because we're being real about it. I don't really fucking remember it getting called this all for too long.
Yeah, he said that Brock was throwing Angle into the cage. It was Brock's version of dwarf tossing, and kept referring to Brock as the real Brock Lesnar. Lesnar then comes out and says that his definition of friendship is the art of using someone to succeed until the person is no longer useful. And of course, once Angle took the belt off him, Angle was no longer useful. Vince then takes the mic, and Brock says that you, the crowd, and Kurt Angle have something common. You both suck. And then Vince takes the mic and he says that regardless of Kurt's condition, Kurt's going to have to defend the WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. That's a match that I'm really looking forward to. Stephanie McMahon comes out, basically says that you might have succeeded as a businessman, but as a husband and as a father, you absolutely failed. And McMahon's no happy, and McMahon says, I don't take this crap from any man, let alone a woman. And he says, if you want to see physical abuse, because that's what Stephanie claimed it was when A-Train attacked her at Vengeance, McMahon says tonight, I'll show you the true meaning of physical abuse, because he puts her in a match with the A-Train and he says, that's physical abuse. Also, Stephanie tried to slap Brock, slapped McMahon, and Brock stopped her. So it was a really good opening segment, I thought.
It was really good, and also I thought it was more of a tweener promo for Brock, and it worked because
they were actually using reasoning here, right? Brock isn't just saying words. He used Kurt to help against the Big Show, as we've seen in the weeks in the build-up to the Triple Threat and afterwards. And obviously afterwards, that's when the friendship kind of deteriorated because Kurt ended up with the belt. But this isn't them just plucking words together. There's an actual story here, and that's what I enjoy. Tag team title match up next. We got Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman versus the world's greatest tag team. I mean, I'm not really digging this Mysterio Billy Kidman tag team. I mean, we're just sitting here hanging on for the heel turn, the inevitable heel turn for Big Billy. But
it was a good match.
No, it was a good match. I'm not going to fault the match, but just like the build up to their match, was it Vengeance? There was nothing. They were actually not even interacting with each other.
Yeah, in the end, Kidman gets beat, but it looked like Kidman perhaps had the match won. He hit the shooting star press, and then because Rey Mysterio dove to the outside, the ref was slightly distracted, so that kind of cost Kidman a few seconds on getting the pinfall. I'm going to assume that Kidman will blame Rey for this, and I think instead of going after the tag team titles, Kidman's probably going to focus now going after the Cruiserweight Championship. And we've got a week to go before, another SmackDown to go before SummerSlam, so I think we're more likely to get Kidman versus Rey at SummerSlam than we are a rematch for the Tag Team Championships. Plus, they've lost twice, so I don't know if they really deserve another rematch for the titles. We then get Danny Basham versus Billy Gunn.
It was Doug Basham.
or Doug Basham. No, it was Danny, I think.
Well, I was saying here it was Doug for me. That proves how fucking...
WrestleFuse saying Danny, and Sports Blog of Doom is saying Doug. So
either way, Danny, Doug,
one of them's right.
They won with a ball and gag.
Yeah, it's a weird finisher, but it makes sense, I guess, for their gimmick. Shaniqua was throwing Tori, and then Jamie Noble and Nydia came down to make the save, and then they kind of didn't really work. They got beat up anyway, so yeah, maybe we're going to get some multi-match here. We then get the APA backstage, and they're accusing Shaniqua of being Shelton Benjamin. He says that you've never... Shaniqua, Shelton Benjamin and drag. So you never see the two of them together. Maybe that's true, and they've got like a picture of Shelton Benjamin with a wig on, claiming it's Shaniqua. Could very well be Shaniqua. And then they talk about possibly getting their old office back up and running, because maybe they're running out of money. Maybe they need to start doing some protection.
I love the offices of the APA. People walking round the door, not rapping on the door, APA going through them. Great gimmick, but... See this banter you get here. This is dead. You can't get this in modern times.
You can't. WWE be getting sued, be getting criticised, or be an outroar. Shocking. Right, we then see Big Show leave McMahon's office, and he's pretty happy. Don't know why though, because he's in a match against the Undertaker player. But Big Show actually wins as A-Train whacks the Undertaker with a 2x4. Undertaker cannot answer the count, gets counted out at 9, and Big Show gets the win. So Undertaker with, I was going to say a rare loss, but to be honest, I think he lost twice against Cena in recent months. So here, I wouldn't quite say it's rare, but it's not unlikely.
Obviously hindsight's a beautiful thing, but you kind of can tell that the American Badass is beginning to wind down. I think, I feel like they're almost putting an end to the American Badass.
Yeah, we got Eddie Guerrero come out next, and then Benoit joined him on commentary.
Weird.
Benoit was acting very friendly. We got Tajiri versus Rhino. The match was very short, didn't really impress me. After the match, Benoit wanted a ride in the lowrider.
Hit the hydraulics, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie puts them in, and then when Benoit demands that Eddie hits the hydraulics, wants to bounce something down, Eddie's no happy. He just gets out and he leaves his lowrider behind and walks off. I don't know if it was supposed to be comedy. I don't think Benoit is really good at that.
I think he's the worst guy for comedy.
Yeah, for me, I didn't.
Especially
really,
in hindsight, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't think that was this good, to be honest, but it is what it is. Metallica St. Anger plays. That's a wee SummerSlam promo there. So
but see, we didn't get that right. No, I don't understand. Where we were watching it, we should be getting the original feed.
To be fair, that could be a ripped from the network though, so you wouldn't really know.
No, I don't think it is. So I think you can tell it's kind of got like the grainy TV satellite. Well, here, maybe you're right, maybe I'm wrong. But no, actually, no, I think you're wrong. You want to know why? Because the date they were actually published to the website, it was like 20 years ago.
Aye, guys, we certainly do not watch this illegally.
Hey, it's not illegally.
Well, it's not like WWE give you any fucking options to watch it.
Yeah, but you're saying where we watch it is legal.
No, that's true. Anyway, John Cena, Zach Gowen up next. John Cena basically bashes.
You got one leg.
Zach Gowen, funny, says that
you're only good at a three-legged race.
Yeah, so lots of good wee, digs in there for Cena, as you normally get. John Cena dominates Zach Gowen, beats Zach Gowen, and then we get Matt Hardy attacking Zach Gowen after the match. Matt Hardy just hell-bent on beating up Zach. I doubt this will make it to SummerSlam. I don't think this will make it to SummerSlam.
See,
maybe pre-match
I was going to save it for the end of the review, but I think SummerSlam 2003 is one of those pay-per-views I've not really watched.
Yeah.
I've watched the Chamber, but apart from the Chamber and probably Kurt Brock, I didn't even remember Bischoff Shane or anything else.
Yeah, but I actually can't really remember anything about that match. That pay-per-view, so I'm looking forward to it. We then get McMahon backstage. Spanky is getting, he's getting, what do you call it? He's getting pressured into, not really pressured, but he's getting encouraged to drink some like chocolate syrup or whatever, strawberry syrup. So he's downing it with a couple of jobbers who I cannot remember. He then slams it down like he's just, finished a pint or something. And
Orlando Jordan was one of them.
Yeah, and maybe Bill DeMott or something, I don't really know. And then the syrup splurts on McMahon's jacket, and McMahon's like, oh, look at this, look at my jacket. And then, at first, you've got Spanky who's a little bit, apologetic, but then McMahon's like, who the hell are you? And then Spanky basically says, how do you not know who I am? You've been paying my wages for the last year. And then Spanky basically tells McMahon, you're a piece of shit. And at this point, it's like, well, and he brings up the XFL as a bad investment. And then
The WBF, the XFL.
Vince says, well, tonight I'm going to make a good investment because I'm going to invest in Brock Lesnar. And he's going to kick your ass. And that's exactly what happens. We get Brock Lesnar versus Spanky. Brock Lesnar batters Spanky, hits him with one of the, fucking hardest chair shots I've seen in a long time. It should be a DQ, but it was never announced, so maybe they're just putting it out as a no contest there, because possibly they don't want to give Spanky a win over Brock Lesnar. But
no, it was great about this. This is what Brock should do to most people. See, when they tried to book him against, like, Finn Balor and try and treat it as, like, a serious threat, Finn Balor's about the fucking size of Brian Kendrick. Brock should be doing this. See, this is why if you don't book Brock against guys that are actually realistic for him in a match that goes longer than 5 minutes, this should be the outcome 9 times out of 10. And then Michael Cole said, "This is not about chocolate syrup," as Spanky was gushing blood. It was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then he got thrown into the ring post as well. So Finn's not doing a good job here. Sable walks in. And she's looking hot. Vince McMahon's like, oh, great. And then Vince McMahon comes out. Sable comes out. He announces her as the special guest ring announcer. And he announces her also as the woman that beat Stephanie McMahon at Vengeance. Then we get Stephanie versus A-Train. Just a squash match, but what the hell do you expect? A-Train defeats Stephanie McMahon. And then Undertaker comes down to try and make the save. But he actually came out while the match was still on. And he starts beating up A-Train, but then Big Show came out, and that kind of, the numbers game took Undertaker out of the equation, and then A-Train beat up Steph, and after the match we had McMahon and Sable kissing over Stephanie McMahon, and McMahon's like, that's physical abuse. So McMahon and Sable finishing the show, standing over Stephanie McMahon getting battered by A-Train. I know, obviously, Shane McMahon's the wrestler of the two kids, and he's the one that's took the big bumps, and he's the one that you remember for having an in-ring career. But, Stephanie's took, she's maybe not her fair share, but she has, been in there.
No,
maybe a lot of people don't really remember.
Of course, but again, Steph McMahon, I think she's good in small doses. There's points where she's unbearable, but I feel like in this time period she was fine, but I think the Authority was a bad time, especially for her. But now, we can clearly just see her in 2025, just wanting to make it all about her and her big-nosed twatty her husband. But as for the SmackDown, I liked it. I love Vince. When Vince is on a show about 10 different times interacting with 10 different people, how can it be fucking bad, ladies and gentlemen? It can't be. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
I'll give it I will give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good show, really good opening, good ending. I think the Spanky McMahon segment was good as well. The Brock beatdown on Spanky was good. The more McMahon you get on a show, the more likely it is to be good.
He's the fucking man. I'm having no two ways about it, folks. Anyway, 7.5 out of 10. Till next time, peace.
You like Kane sticking dirty socks down Van Damme's throat and pouring gasoline on him, forced lap dances and Triple H botching his way through the opening segment? This Raw might be for you. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, 18th of August 2003, go home show for SummerSlam. Raw, I feel like it's been very hit and miss the last couple of weeks. This one began with a miss, but then I think it turned into a bit of a hit.
Yeah, no, I definitely liked this Raw. You'd Molly Holly putting her title on the line. You had Jericho and Nash both putting their hair on the line. And you'd RVD pretty much putting his life on the line when he got confronted by Kane. See, when Kane says you're going to feel the fire, someone's getting burnt. you know that much?
I want you to feel what I feel.
Right, so we start with the highlight reel. I feel like the highlight reel starts most Raws this week, but
I've no complaints, so I love the highlight reel.
It was like
I didn't love this one, but
this wasn't really one, no, was it? It was Kenny Jericho's just there basically to lure Sean. It's like, you're my guest again, Sean, but you know
that's
what?
Enough.
I ain't got time to speak to you, buddy. I've got an important match to prepare for, so you can talk to my best friends here. Evolution come out. Evolution and Jericho are just not best friends at all, but especially Jericho and Triple H there, they don't like each other. But Evolution confront Shawn Michaels. Triple H called the chamber the Evolution Chamber multiple times.
Yep.
Don't quite know where he was going with that.
And I also feel like he almost slurred his way through a bit of the promo as well. It wasn't a good night for the game. He was off it. If this was the PS2, you'd be blowing on the disc and giving it a clean, then putting the disc back in. It's like game fucking works, son.
Triple H should try that these days. But anyway, yeah, we get an
Red
attack.
Ring of Death these days.
They ain't no fixing that shit. Right, we get a beat down. Shawn Michaels will fights his way out of it, and we get some moves, but Shawn Michaels just gets beat down. It's just the numbers game. Nash then makes the save. You hear the crowd roar. And then 10 minutes later, Nash finally makes his way down to the ring. See, a lot of people's like, see Goldberg, he can get down to the ring fast.
Aye.
See, by the time you hear the crowd reacting to Goldberg, you already see Goldberg's in the screen. He's on the camera feed. But with Nash, it's like you hear the crowd go, hey! Then 5 minutes later,
hey.
Slow boring Nash, down out,
click,
down out,
click,
down out.
click.
Anyway, Nash made the save, then Goldberg made the save. It was 3-on-3. Nash is beating up Triple H, and Goldberg spears Nash by mistake, even though he was aiming for Triple H. Either way, doesn't really matter. I'm sure this Sunday Goldberg won't mind if he hits Triple H or Nash with a spear, because it's Elimination Chamber. It's everyone for themselves, even if the match is technically 4-on-2, as Evolution put it. Even though it's not quite 4-on-2, it's more
2-on-1-on-1-on-1-on-1.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyone that can do the maths, it's right there. But I think that Triple H is certainly injured, and that could be a reason why his participation in SummerSlam is so very limited. That could be a reason why they changed the match, to be honest. Originally, it was only supposed to be Triple H versus Goldberg.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if they had the Elimination Chamber planned from the get-go. Maybe they didn't. Is it possible that
okay, well, I would say before
they mix things up?
Hair versus Hair was on Raw. That could have been easily pushed to SummerSlam.
Absolutely.
And I know for a fact that Orton and Michaels happens at the next pay-per-view. That probably was going to happen at SummerSlam.
Yeah, so I'm beginning to think they just changed this on the fly so that by doing this, you can delay Triple H versus Goldberg further down the line, and you can have the Elimination Chamber to protect Triple H. Now, some people might be saying, "Well, how are you getting protected when you step inside the Elimination Chamber?" But I don't want to spoil SummerSlam, but I believe when I say Triple H's participation is limited, it is very fucking limited. From what I can remember, it is. I mean, I can't even remember if Triple H takes a bump or two. I think he takes one super kick, and that might be your whack.
And then Evolution come in and batter the fuck out of Goldberg.
I don't even remember that. I remember Triple H
winning. What do you think he wins it?
Sledgehammer.
Aye, because Evolution batter him.
No, I'm pretty sure that... Well, maybe Evolution do come in, but I'm pretty sure Triple H wins because Ric Flair passes him a sledgehammer.
No, I remember that, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah.
I think
maybe the beatdown comes after he
I think Triple H spends about 10 minutes inside his chamber selling a super kick.
Oh, I think he does.
So we'll see, but what I do believe that Triple H is injured, and I think that's probably why they've changed this. Either way, good opening segment.
When you said super kick, I just automatically, for some reason,
Goldberg or something.
I dodgy kick.
Sorry, my bad. Switch your music.
I dodgy kick for Goldberg.
Earlier today, Trish got asked about Gail Kim. Basically says that she's a fucking weirdo and she's just upset with me, and that after tonight, if she wants to come at me, she's going to be coming after the women's champion because Trish is taking on Molly Holly.
Also, Test said that he's going to treat Stacey like the little slut that you are.
Yeah, so Test, if he wins this, he's going to be treating Stacey like a slut. Right, then we get the match. Molly Holly versus Trish Stratus. Gail Kim comes out, causes a DQ. They start brawling. Not much happened here. But yeah, Gail Kim... I don't know what her character is or what she's going for here. We got the Matrix kind of vignettes, and now she got jobbed out, and now she's upset against Trish. I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, where does this go? Another triple threat? Probably. We just had it, so...
We'll see what happens, right? We get Evolution showing, they're talking with Stone Cold. Austin, books Goldberg versus Randy Orton tonight. He thinks that'd be a good main event. And Evolution agree, and they're like, yeah, no worries, we'll crash that shit. We'll get involved. But Austin already knows this. He's like, you know what else would be a good idea? What about a special enforcer? And Evolution's like, well, who are you going to pick? And Austin's like, me. And then obviously Evolution here, the smile is wiped off their face. Then we have Shane McMahon. He comes out, talks about Kane. Said that he was going to drag Bischoff. He's not going to have the match with Bischoff at SummerSlam because he's going to drag him out into the ring tonight.
He's going to lad him up. Yeah, I mean, special present he talks about, the gasoline canister. It was a short but sweet promo for Shane.
He pulls out the gasoline, says Kane's not the only one that can play with fire. and now we've got Shane standing with.
I think this is another reason why Shane's better than Stephanie. Stephanie does long-winded, dragged-out promos. I think Shane's pretty to the point. Would you not agree?
True,
I think if you're going to do long promos, you need to be a master of your craft. And I think Shane, I'm not saying he couldn't do a long promo, of course he could, but I feel like when we do see Shane, they are quite short.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Stephanie McMahon does the more long-winded, chest promos, but then again, she's got the bigger chest, so who knows. We then see Goldust backstage with Lance Storm. I guess we're getting this new team, Lance Dust. Is that what we're going with here?
Storm.
Lance Storm. Goldust is asking him, what's the craziest thing that you've ever done? Lance Storm says he once returned a video without rewinding it. I'm assuming he meant like a videotape from Blockbuster and he only watched it once. Is that what he was going with, or? I have no idea.
So basically, I think back in the day, you used to be able to rent like VHSs and DVDs, and then you'd give it back. And I think what he was like, I watched only once, and then I gave it back within the date. That's what he liked.
That's what I'm saying.
Aye. So basically, he's the kind of guy that would he would return his book on the first day he's able to return his book.
Yeah, and
he's a boring bastard.
Goldust is like, damn it, we're screwed.
Go into the locker room and kiss the first woman you see.
Yeah, now, we don't actually get to see.
So maybe Lance Storm died.
Or maybe we'll find it next week.
Maybe he kissed a man.
Yeah, we'll find it next week, hopefully, but Goldust sent Lance Storm into the women's locker room, but Lance Storm never came out. So I'm a bit worried about Lance Storm.
Maybe this is when Lance Storm got indoctrinated.
Maybe he just turns into a pimp. Maybe the women's locker room's the Lance Storm locker room.
No, I'm talking about why he's got fucked up politics. Maybe this wee fucking run with Goldust fucked him in the head.
No. Yeah. Hopefully that's not all it fucked him. Hopefully that's all it fucked him. Right, Test then has the match with Stacey. Not Stacey. Test has a match with Steiner. Winner gets Stacey's services. Steiner's dominating. Test goes for the big boot. He pulls up. He's hurt his leg. We get the officials come down. The trainer comes down. Referees are down. They're all checking on Test. Test is selling it. Test looks like he's injured. He looks like he's hurt. Steiner's just standing there. It's like, oh well, I guess that's the match over. Maybe, dare I say, that they're showing a little bit of concern, and Jim Ross is like, well, you know what, I didn't want him to win Stacey, but I don't like to see anyone get hurt. But then bang, big boot, Test isn't hurt, drops Steiner, and the referee quickly counts 1, 2, 3. So it's like, yeah, I get it, maybe Steiner shouldn't have let his guard down, but he was tricked by Test, but it almost feels like this is wrong, doesn't it? And I guess that's what they're going with, it's an injustice, but it doesn't feel like this should be allowed to happen.
Yeah, it's like the referee should have called for the bell then. Like a minute beforehand.
True, but you know what? That's
great heel work.
Yeah, Test wins.
This is a real feigning injury storyline, not Seth Rollins actually picking up an injury and then they take 6 weeks to decide what to do with it.
Yeah, so Test wins, then he grabs Stacey and pulls her to the back. She's looking to the ring to see if Scott's alright, but it doesn't matter because Stacey now belongs to Test. Right, we then get Lara Assistance. They come out and they're cutting a promo basically saying that they will bury the Dudley boys at SummerSlam. They then spot a serviceman, Rob Conway, in the front row. You didn't think this was Rob Conway, but I knew straight away, hey, that's Rob Conway.
Yeah, but I associate Rob Conway with like distinctive facial hair. He had nothing here.
Yeah, he looked like, I remember, like, it was in 2005 game. He had that weird song, didn't he? It was like a cowboy country. It was weird. Like half country, half fucking porn star or something. Kind of had a weird look. I mean, he looked like a guy that would be like riding a horse.
Or delivering a pizza with a mustache or something. Just.
I mean, dare I say, had a bit of a Dan Severn look to him.
That's what I was thinking with the mustache.
Anyway, so they basically bash this guy and they're pulling him and pushing him and making fun of America. And then the Dudleys run out to make the save. And they're like, come on in, Rob Conway, serviceman, you can...
America.
You can celebrate with
the
us.
Dudleys definitely have become like the guinea pig to push America.
Yeah.
I think
Dudleys...
I
think it's a pretty poor... I think the Dudleys had a pretty poor run. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree.
I do think they're on a poor run at the moment.
But they are simply being used as like America.
I'm not gonna say
he's black, he's white. America.
I'm not saying it's been the entirety since they've reformed, but what I would say is I'm not sure Dudley's reforming was worth it from what we've seen. I was actually enjoying both of them on singles runs.
Yeah, Reverend Devon was brilliant. Please call my name.
And I think Billy
amen.
Bubba Ray was having a good run in the single division on Raw. So Honestly, I think I'd rather the Dudleys still be separated, but whatever. Rob Conway then smacks him over the back with the flagpole, and it turns out, oh look, this guy's joining La Resistance, so he's an American traitor. I was convinced this happened over the course of several weeks. I thought Rob Conway was like in the corner for the Dudleys at one point, and then he turned. But
well, see, I didn't even know this was Rob Conway, so I can't comment.
Very quick and short, and I mean within like, do you not think this had like a couple of weeks in it?
Yeah, I'd say
runtime.
So. Absolutely.
Seems a bit. I think they turned this Rob Conway guy very quickly.
See, Scott's blog of doom is greeting because JR said these two men, talking about Jericho and Nash, by the way, which is up next. They're going into a structure where careers go to die, and he says, no one's career has ever died in there, JR. Triple H got his trachea crushed.
Yeah, and hold on here. What does he want? Fucking Jim Ross. Oh, he's going in. They're going into this lovely, fun structure where people have a great time. I mean, what does he want JR to say?
Yeah.
Mick Foley's career literally ended in Hell in a Cell. Now, I get it's not the same match type, but it's similar.
Yes.
It's a steel structure. How does he?
Like, how do you want JR to put it over?
What a loser. Right, anyway, we get the match, Nash versus Jericho. I thought it was one of Kevin Nash's better matches, to be fair.
Yes, absolutely. I feel like this is Nash going out on a high. No real surprise, though, that... But see, I think this isn't just because Triple H is a bad booker, right? But Jericho's just a better worker than Triple H, and he's going to get a better match than Nash.
Yeah, plenty of near falls as well. Looked like it could have went either way. Nash looks like he dyed his hair the night, so I guess he's got that roll coming up in the Punisher. Jericho, though, eventually gets the win, pulls out the brass knucks, bang.
Oh, the roll up on Nash, when he was under, they were all over the ropes and under it.
Oh, that was a bit bad, like, but apart from that, I thought the match was actually pretty good for a Nash match. Anyway, Jericho hits him with the brass knucks, gets the win, then goes for the scissors, and he's not even waiting on Nash getting his hair cut. The guy was at ringside, so I thought we were going to see him do it, but we don't. Jericho gets in, cuts Nash's hair himself, then makes his way up the ramp laughing at Nash, and then he starts like fucking rubbing Nash's hair all over his face and leaves. Then we just see an angry Nash. But we never actually see Nash get his hair cut.
You feel like this is something he would do with like Trish Stratus, not fucking Kevin Nash's hair. But then when Kevin Nash returns later in the night, he's fully equipped for he's fully equipped for the Punisher.
It's like, imagine the Battle of the Billionaires though. If McMahon
just
didn't
got
get
a skin fade or something.
Oh no, but he didn't get his hair cut.
Aye.
At wrestling, it'd be shit.
No, but the whole a hair versus hair traditionally is you go bald, right? But I think they tried to build this more as these two guys with ponytails are going to lose their ponytails, and that's what happened.
Possibly. I mean,
I get it, right? Nash,
no, but when was
Nash can't go bald for his role?
Yeah, but it would grow back relatively quickly. I think he could have. But anyway, maybe what they're going with is
a fucking wig.
Maybe what they're going with, what Jericho done was that was the deal. That was it. So therefore they thought, right, well, now it's messed up. He just needs to tidy it as good as he can. That could possibly be what they were going for. Anyway, I thought it was a good match. Right, we then cut to Roosevelt. Rosie, shit, hurricane in training, superhero in training.
Mr. Snuggle-Lad.
I saw this wee girl. She's like, "Oh, my cat's stuck in a tree. He's Mr. Snuggle-Lad. I need to get his help." So Rosie climbs up the tree, flies up the tree, brings Mr. Snuggle-Lad down, and then the hurricane appears. It's like, look, we're good. We're good here. And then the cat just starts attacking fucking Rosie, and it's clinging to his face, clawing at him. So Rosie then like kind of grabs it and almost gets it like in the catapult position and just starts whacking it fucking off the tree. And it's going, and then he like literally Tom Brady's it and launches it, and fucking they just hear like the trash can effects kind of, and then Rosie's like, we need to get out of here, Hurricane. Hurricane's, hey, not yet, young Roosevelt. But Rosie's like, we need to go. We
gotta go, boy.
And then Rosie and Hurricane fly off, and the guy's like, where's Mr. Snuggle-Lad? Anyway, this was great. I like this. Feeder along then comes out. He's been gone for a couple of weeks, and he says, I noticed the white man still holding us blackies down. The whitey holding down the blackies. And then, tell you what, Rodney Mack gets held down here. Jobbed completely out.
Oh, fucking damn right he does.
It was going well for him, but see, ever since Goldberg ended the white boy challenge, No longer down for the brown. Down for the count.
The Jew doing the work of the white man.
Maybe, right? Anyway, Rodney Mack loses in a quick time period here.
It's funny because JR is like, what happened to the kitten?
Yeah, so Rosie beats Rodney Mack in a very short amount of time. We then get a Linda McMahon segment. Down. She's in Connecticut, going through paperwork, talking about her neck. She's healing up. I'm doing better.
I can't believe how close Connecticut is, by the way, to New York City.
Yeah, I was fucking shocked. Yeah, because I thought that... Did we not Google it, though, and it said something about... Oh, no, that's in Grand Rapids, isn't it? That's in Michigan. Sorry. So,
we did that's how I found out how close it was.
So, basically, we hear a doorbell go, and Linda's like, oh, sorry, Jay, I gotta answer. And it's Eric Bischoff, and Eric Bischoff comes in, just basically... creepy Bischoff, isn't he? Like, he was like kind of all up over Linda's like, oh, you're fairy, you're a
big-breasted woman.
You're fairy, but you're a big-breasted woman. We all know I like
apparently
that.
McMahon was here while they filmed it, because McMahon's definitely into this. He's weird, man. He is. As much as I love the guy, there's too much fucking evidence to say he's not a fucking weirdo.
I bet he was there when Eric dressed as him and kissed Stephanie as well.
Why? He was there as well. He's holding the camera both times, bro. God damn it, Kevin, get the shots in. But he goes on this rant.
My wife's getting her breast touched. Take me to her.
Take me to the son of a bitch. Take me to the... Yeah. But what I like here is that he actually references that, like, Shane got WCW on a silver platter, and it's like, yeah, you know what?
That was his creation.
Continuity.
He took WCW, and then Shane just got it like some sort of, graduation present. Silver tongue. He says he's going to beat Shane McMahon. He's going to beat his ass to a bloody pulp. And then he starts twisting Linda's arm. And he says, show me where the bedroom is. And then we see Eric kissing Linda McMahon. And then they kind of lead off.
But because her neck's, fucked, she can't do anything. It's kind of fucking
standing
mental.
there like a statue. Just basically looking like Eric Bischoff's forcing himself on her. Who maybe he is. Anyway, we then see Shane. He's like, what the fuck's happening here? So he runs into the parking lot.
Motherfucker.
Now, he's not got his own car, so I don't know what happened. I don't know if he arrived in a limo or if he got off a G1 bus, but either way, he manages to steal somebody's car, and he's like, is this your car? Give me those keys, damn it. And he jumps in the car and drives off. And we worked out, it's going to be like an 8-hour drive, isn't it?
Yes, 7.5-hour drive for Grand Rapids, Michigan to...
He better fucking hope that Bischoff's on the Viagra, because unless he is, he won't be there by the time Shane gets to Connecticut, but who knows?
Yeah, why doesn't he just do a coast to coast?
I'll get there in 2 seconds.
Okay, be alright.
Right, then we get the Intercontinental title match. Rob Van Dam versus Christian. I mean, pretty good match. RVD hits the 5-star frog splash. Christian brought in a chair, was looking to do the concerto. RVD dodged it the way, hit the Fandaminator, went to do the 5-star frog splash, nailed it, but as soon as he nailed it, Kane comes down and he whacks RVD with a chair. RVD went for the suicide dive and Kane just caught him. It was like Benoit-esque, wasn't it?
Yeah, just fucking... I mean,
it was glorious.
Absolutely brilliant. And then he carries him to the back and you're thinking, Jesus, what's happening next?
Was it worth it, Christopher Nowinski?
No. It wasn't, because I tell you what, this chair shot was good, but wait till you hear the one on SmackDown.
Yeah,
still ringing in my ears.
But then we hear, well, we didn't get the Metallica St. Anger SummerSlam thing, but whatever. Test is in the locker room. He tells Stacey, get up there, and he makes her go on top of the the seats or whatever. And then you got Rico, who just appears as fucking gay. So why is he interested in this? I don't know. And you've also got Stevie Richards, who Victoria's.
It's almost like Test had to get the 2 biggest jobbers, regardless if they're gay or not.
Now, Stevie Richards is pulling out money. I don't know what Ricky was going to pull it. Rico better off pulling it nothing. Stevie's trying to give Test, and it's like, nah, you don't need your money tonight, boys. This one's on me. And then he turn your face around, Stacey. No one wants to see. No one cares. No one's looking at that face of yours. No one gives a shit about what your face looks like. And then he tells her to dance for me, you slut. And then Stacey starts dancing and shaking her ass, and Test is there. And great.
And then Kane gags Van Dam with some socks, pours gasoline over him, basically threatens to burn him alive. While
you want to know how I feel?
He's chained up, and then he's like, you know what? I'm not actually going to murder you because that's what they want.
It's like a scene at a horror movie. fucking great. I mean, like, see, like what you've got here is basically this fucking test guy who's like abusing this woman and making her do this like fucking, you know, sexual shit for these guys, and he's getting like gratification out of that. And then you got Kane literally fucking about to burn some guy alive that used to be his former friend and tag team partner. And this is heels. This is what we need in wrestling.
Yeah, and this is just like an average episode.
But you can't treat women like that. Oh, you can't pretend. You can't
kill Van Damme.
It's fake. It's fucking fake, guys. That's what you need to remember. It's like a TV show. No, honestly, imagine TV shows that didn't have like bad villains or like good guys. Imagine how shit they'd be.
I know.
Seeing you think of the greatest TV shows of all time. They've all got amazing villains, do they not?
Yeah.
And protagonists that you want to cheer for.
That's the way it should be, and wrestling's always succeeded when it has been that. But this was great. Modern wrestling's just brutal.
Imagine Gus Fring instead of saying to Heisenberg, "I will kill your infant daughter." Imagine he just says to her, "I'll have you an arm wrestling match instead," or something. You know,
we'll call it straight down the middle.
We can't be doing something bad. I mean, fucking bullshit. Right. Anyway, in the boiler room, RVD's still there. He's still tied up. Kane leaves. I don't know where Kane's going. Austin's out. Then we get Ric Flair and Triple H joining JR and the King on commentary. And we get Goldberg versus Randy Orton. Now, the match doesn't last that long because it's Goldberg versus Randy Orton. Nobody lasts long against Goldberg.
No, I mean, Goldberg, even in 2003, wasn't going to do long matches.
Yeah, Flair came out and attacked Goldberg, and then Flair had the idea of pushing Austin as if that was going to work.
And Austin needs provoked, so he got provoked. Batters the fuck out of Flair.
Yeah,
Stunner.
Austin.
Good night.
Yeah, jackhammer on Orton, 1, 2, 3. Then Triple H is staring at Goldberg. Nash though comes out with the mullet or the shortcut, whatever you want to call it, the buzz cut. He comes in from behind. He takes out Goldberg. Shawn Michaels then comes out on the ramp and super kicks Triple H and holds up the title. But then Jericho comes out and bang whacks Shawn Michaels in the back with a steel chair, and Jericho's left standing tall. And then Jericho and Nash are the two that are standing face to face. And you know what I liked about this was, I mean, it quickly gets everybody over. Everybody, you know, quickly got a bit of offense in here. Goldberg won the match. Nash got revenge on, well, everyone apart from Evolution really. So Goldberg wins the match. Nash hits a jackknife on Goldberg. Austin hits a sweet chin music on the champion Triple H, but Jericho delivers a chair shot and gets like the final laugh where he holds up the belt. So you're going into this match thinking, oh crap, at Evolution, Triple H, they're in trouble because all the other guys have momentum, and it wasn't dragged over like 10 minutes. See, from the ending of the match, the show was over in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And you literally had so much shit happening.
And everyone got their licks in. Now, Scott's blog it down, give it an F plus, and says, let's see, forced entry, rape, cruelty to animals, sex slavery, and being rude to Canadians. That's the best they can do to set up the second biggest night of the year. It's not real.
Cruelty to animals. This guy needs to get a fucking life.
Yeah, no, but it's not real. Folks, it's not real. How many times do we need to say it's not real?
It was fucking great. I enjoyed this, bro. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10.
I'm getting an 8 out of 10 as well, but see this? Yo.
I think the one thing it was missing, I mean, I did like Nash versus Jericho, but I do think it was missing like a really good match. Let's put it that way.
But see this, going through like the cruelty to animals, right? It was clearly comedy, and it's not like he actually killed a real cat. Like, let's just get that fucking clear, right? The
self-defense.
I mean,
can't attack them.
Forced entry. It's fake. Rape. It's fake. Sex slavery. It's fake. I mean, it's like, are we going to go down the route of here? McMahon, he's allowed to kiss all the 20-year-old women, but Linda's not allowed to kiss Bischoff. Is that what we're going to go down the route? I mean, people need to get it under their thick skulls. It's fake. It's a TV show. It's no real.
But it's a great TV show.
No, it's hilarious, right? You can't do any of this entertaining stuff. It's no real, but here, it's a TV show, so it's no real and it's fine. But you're allowed to do moves that risk killing each other.
Yeah.
Like, what's worse?
Damn near paralysing each other, but you can't have segments that are too edgy. Even though no one's getting hurt. Can't be doing that shit, brother. Aye, but you know, let's fucking drop people on their necks. That's what you can do.
Alabama slams on the hardest part of the... I mean, no, but seriously, it's like... See Kane pouring a substance that's not gasoline, right?
He also had trouble with his match, getting his match lit.
He did. But see him pouring a fake substance over Van Damme, who's chained up. How's that worse than what like Dragunov dropping who was it on his head? Nathan Fraser. The Alabama Slam between the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just stop talking about this kind of shit, man.
No, but you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
These people are warped in the head.
8 out of 10 for me.
8 out of 10. Brilliant.
Zach Gowen arrived at SmackDown with barely one good leg, and he left SmackDown with barely one heartbeat after getting the absolute ever shit beaten out of him by the real Brock Lesnar. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and this is what makes wrestling great. This is it. Zach Gowen, some guy who is just physically inferior to the beast Brock Lesnar in every single way, giving up at least, I would say, 120, 130 pounds, giving up a leg, giving up every physical attribute you could possibly give up, getting absolutely battered with weapons. It's not the deficit between these two is big enough. Then Brock Lesnar gets steel chairs in his hands. We've got pretty much Zach Gowen bleeding for every single part of his body. Even the second leg that he doesn't have, I'm sure that was probably busted open at this point. You got Zach Gowen's family at ringside, his mother crying out, the commentary doing a great job to sell this as if Zach Gowen's literally getting beat to within an inch of his life. There was no bullshit where they were going, chair shot, just like we've got Wade Barrett today going, tsunami, bullshit like that. This was a great scene. Lesnar destroying Zach Gowen. Everything about it was great. Lesnar was great. Zach Gowen was great. Zach Gowen's mother did a good job. The commentary were amazing. The officials there as well, they are doing their job, trying to make you believe that Brock's killing this guy and that they are actually too afraid to go anywhere fucking near Brock Lesnar. It was great.
Phenomenal. I think it's easily, I mean, I don't want to say top 5 of all time, not because it's not, because I feel like I might be doing it a disservice. It might actually be, it might be top 2, I don't know.
Are you talking beatdowns here? Or?
Aye, beatdowns. In terms of a one-legged guy, I mean, what's worse than one leg? Knee legs? And that's what he's got. He broke his fucking working leg. You say he gives up 120, 30. I think he might give up more than that. See how much your leg weighs.
No, he very well could. I would have to say that Brock, it could be 150. Either way, this is one of the standout moments of 2003 for me.
Oh, absolutely.
And that includes promos, matches, beatdowns, commentary calls, I mean, crowd reactions, you name it. I think this is one of the best moments that we've seen this year so far. See, at the end of the year, see if you're doing a top 10 moments of this, this is 100% in it.
Oh, fucking has to be. I mean, for me, it's easily the best moment so far this year. And it's not like 2003's been a bad year. Let's say that, because there's been a lot of great stuff, a lot of great guys, a lot of great matches, great segments, but this felt like different gravy. And everyone played their part. It's not like, normally you get their family in, they're a bit shite. But I think his mum actually did a good job.
Leave him alone!
It wasn't over the top, it wasn't cringe, it actually felt authentic, damn it. Anyway, Kurt Angle, he's coming out, down, he yells at Brock, he's like, why are you going to that 58-year-old asshole to do your business and fight your battles for him? You should be your own man, Brock, but tonight I'm coming to find you and I'm going to give you the beating you deserve. But McMahon comes out, McMahon's like, haha, you're no doing that, because if you fight me or Brock Lesnar,
I'll fire your ass, pal.
You'll be gone. You won't be doing shit. But Kurt wants a fight. McMahon's like, you're not getting a fight. McMahon coming out one of his wee tops that he likes. I think McMahon's fashion sense in the summer of 2003 is loving life.
Very good, but I'll tell you what.
I think the night was his birthday, actually.
Yep, he's not getting Brock Lesnar, but he's getting somebody else. Well, it's a big show.
But Kurt's like, I want to fight. I want it now. So they start brawling. Kurt Angle on the Big Show, but no, it's mad, man. Kurt Angle's, he's not the biggest guy when you look at him compared to the Big Show, but I believe it. See, when Kurt's ragdolling this guy, and he's fucking suplexing, battering the fuck out of him, it's all about believability.
Yeah, Kurt can fight the Big Show, and despite the size, height advantage he's given up, despite the weight advantage, Kurt Angle is that skilled, and he's got that much technical ability, and his intensity. More importantly, his intensity. And I think, see when you look at, see what you want about Kurt, and I think Benoit, to a lesser degree Guerrero, but he still had a lot of it. These little guys had intensity.
Oh, aye.
and that can make up for a size difference.
Intensity goes a long way.
But holy fuck, see if you take someone Kurt Angle's size and they're just like a nobody, just another guy, just a run-of-the-mill guy. I mean, you'd look at it and go, this guy can't beat the Big Show. But see when it's Kurt Angle, you literally believe he's going to make Big Show's fucking 500-pound calf muscle snap.
I believe it, but he batters the fuck out and the refs pull him off. But of course, it's a good ref stoppage because McMahon's the evil dictator. He doesn't want one of his prized possessions in the Big Show getting battered and being out of commission, so he sends the refs out there. They split it up. We go to commercial, Angle on fire, and then post fucking segment. We got
right there. Can you spit out a sentence?
I can, but Big Show freaks out. McMahon tells him to calm down, and it seems to only get him angrier because he breaks everything.
We see him start smashing the tables with his hands. He's like, psh, 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 and he just breaks McMahon's table, and McMahon says, hey, Shaw, calm down, and then Shaw just grabs the table and chucks it halfway across the room. So we've got a big angry giant here. Not the first time we've heard that.
Nope, but we've got a street fight as well for tonight. Just a throwaway match. Kurt Angle, Big Show, street fight, main event. Like, this match has literally been built inside 8 minutes, and I'm hyped. I'm looking forward to it. They couldn't dream of doing this today. They couldn't do this in 18 months, let alone 8 minutes. Anyway, first match, we've got Rey Mysterio versus Matt Hardy. Oh, yeah. What about his facts this week? Do you remember them?
I don't. I'm going to be honest. I can't. I think he said he's got better trousers than Rey Mysterio, or better tights. Matt wears better.
I'm going to disagree, Matt. I like Matt's tights, but I think Rey Mysterio's gold ones at the minute are pretty good.
And then I think he might have said that Matt is too handsome to wear a mask or something like that. Or
that was a good one.
Maybe I'm making this shit up, but I think that's what.
No, he's definitely used that one.
See the thing with Matt Hardy in this entrance, like, you can just put in so many wee like funny facts every week or whatever, just wee things that would help get Matt over. It's a small detail, but it's something unique. It's like only Matt Hardy's got this.
Yep.
You got the Matt Hardy entrance where it's giving you like 2 Matt facts or whatever. You've got the John Cena entrance where he's spitting raps. It's like, you look at Taker's entrance where he fucking means business. He's coming down on the bike. People have like different entrances. And even shit like that's cool.
No, absolutely, and that's the way it should be. It should be making people unique, and this makes Matt very unique. But we've got Kidman, Shannon Moore out there, and Shannon Moore tries to essentially get involved with the chair, but it doesn't happen. But Billy Kidman takes the chair off him, but the ref hears the noise, looks at Billy, and it makes him look silly because he sends him straight
Get out of here, Billy.
Get the fuck out of here, which is pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, Sharon Moore, one too many fuck-ups, another one here. Ray ends up winning the match with the West Coast Pop. I think it's all over for Rey Mysterio. Sorry, not Rey Mysterio, Shannon Moore.
Why, you think that's him getting kicked out?
Yeah. How many second chances can you be given? I mean, Crash Holly appeared to only get one.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
you bring up fucking Holly there. I almost called him Matt Holly. I mean, what?
I mean, Holly? I didn't mention fucking Holly.
You said Crash Holly, mate.
There's only one Holly, mate.
Yeah, well,
Hardcore.
Honestly,
the big shot.
It's weird. Matt Hardy, I think, within the span of 3 months, has went from a guy that was well placed in the mid card, and you felt like he potentially could have been in the running for a US title run, and now he just feels like not an absolute jobber, but he feels like a lower mid card guy now at best, doesn't he? He doesn't really feel
feels like at this point this guy really needs his girlfriend to cheat on him, and he has a feud out of it.
Matt Hardy just doesn't feel like he's going to beat anybody credible on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy was feuding with Taker and Brock, and
no, answer me this. Can you think of one thing Matt Hardy does in the year 2004?
Sits at home injured.
The whole year?
I'd imagine so, something like that. I don't think
gets cheated on. There you go. That's one thing. Unfortunate for Matt. But
well, you said, can you name one thing Matt Hardy does? I mean, that's not really him doing that, is it? That's kind of it's happening to him, like, but it's not something he's doing.
Wait, so he's injured the whole year?
I think so, aye.
He's in the 2004 Rumble. I'm pretty sure he's at Mania.
Damn what?
Cruiserweight match.
Maybe he's fucking selling nachos or something. I don't know.
That's beyond Matt Hardy. That would be real. I mean, Mattitude fact. Sold nachos at MSG.
Matt sells the best flavoured nachos, the best tasting nachos. Enough of the nurturance.
Laced with fucking gear, probably, knowing the Hardy Boys. Down. Anyway, moving on. Brock Lesnar comes in. He sees McMahon. He's like, "Has Angle got a match?" And he does. So guess what?
I need a match.
I want one. McMahon's putting over Brock. He's like, "Right, we're going to give you a challenge. We're going to make this a tough one. He's got the big show, so I'm going to give you Zach Gowen." And Brock's like, "Whoa, don't know. That's a bit of a tough one, Vince. I don't know if I'll be able to beat him." You got me there. But then he's like, "Fuck it. I'll break his other leg, as in his good leg." And Vince is just sitting there chuckling away. No, see McMahon's facial expressions, folks, are fucking... He's hanging on every word that Brock says. And see when Brock says he's going to break he's going to break his leg, but then Brock, reassures it by saying, his only leg? McMahon's it's like...
God damn it.
It's like a dog when it hears the word fucking walk or tweet.
That's what I want to hear. Open him up.
It was fucking absolutely brilliant. We got a recap, by the way, A-Train and Undertaker's feud. Is it cutting the mustard for you? Or?
Not really.
I think it's a second. Tell you what, that's a
Taker going
few
into...
SummerSlams in a row. Undertaker's feuds haven't been the greatest.
Nah, I can respect Taker versus Test more, though, than Taker versus A-Train.
I know, but Taker Test was a bit pish. Or the Un-Americans. The American... No, it's like that wee animated voice of the SummerSlam match card. Test of the Un-Americans takes on the American Badass. No.
Was it really that bad?
I thought it was a wee bit shite. Anyway, I tell you what's shite. Not being able to hear fucking Saint Anger by Metallica.
Yeah, we haven't heard it at all. I don't know what has happened here.
Ain't nobody gonna stand in my way.
But it's a good song that we're not getting to hear either, so... Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Zach Gowen's mother cuts a promo. She's like, "I'm proud of him, but come on. Look at the size of that man. Look at the size of my boy."
It's not fair. Why does he have to face that guy?
Our son's a specky bastard, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, maybe Zach Gowen could have used his wee brother as a leg.
No, I think the only way this segment would have been better later on is if Brock grabbed this 10-year-old over the barricade and hit him with an unprotected fucking chair shot to the dome. Full pelt. Fucking
Killed him.
rolled him up and fucked him through the Titantron.
Kicked him for 3 points, boom.
Do you know how a 10-year-old's capable of taking an F5?
Without dying?
Aye.
I don't know. Anyway, right, up next got Billy Gunn and Jamie Noble taking on the Basham brothers.
Jamie's got a gun.
Yeah, Taz he was really proud of this comment.
I think these two tag teams are just McMahon's fucking wet dreams come to life. Dominatrix and just swingers. It's like Jamie Noble's sex case.
You really wouldn't be surprised if Shanique was ever taking a shit on them either, to be fair.
See if you look at this and you look at Bischoff forcing himself on Linda, A-Train forcing himself on
McMahon's
Stephanie
fingerprints all over it.
It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
You don't need to think twice about who's booking this.
JR's arse cheek's been set on fire. Van Damme getting a big dirty pair of socks stuffed in his mouth and gasoline poured over him. I'm willing to bet McMahon's probably had all that done to him.
But this is shite, isn't it, man?
It's not really cutting the mustard.
Oh no, Triple H, he's the guy. Yeah, man. It's all about wrestling and technical ability and work rate. Yeah, fuck that shit.
God damn it, stuff the socks in my mouth and shit on me, pal. Respect me while you do it.
Yeah, anyway, Billy Gunn, Jamie Noble, Basham Brothers, can't remember who won. I think it was the Basham Brothers. I wouldn't have bet my money on it.
Doug's small package is Jamie for the win.
The gag and ball, isn't it? The guy.
Could have been Danny, though.
The gag and ball. That's their finisher. Here, do you think McMahon gave them a list like he gave Jericho?
Probably not. I think that was the only option.
Or do you think McMahon had his own list and he's the one that picked
gag
it?
and ball or ball and gag? Take your fucking pick. Take your pick.
Anyway,
dyslexic, you'll get there in the end.
The Bashams win, but
it was funny.
Yeah,
I mean, it was alright. I mean, it was no bad. We got a recap of Brock battering Spanky last week, so I mean, you thought that was good. This was much better. Right, Brock versus Zach Gowen. The entrance is, I mean, I like Zach. His theme's great. Brock's theme's great. Here comes the pain, and then what we get is
they get in the ring. The bell goes. Brock goes to the outside. He's talking with Zach Gowen's mother, trying to intimidate her. Zach Gowen does a springboard over the top rope. Doesn't really clear it. Kind of catches his only foot on the rope, but Brock catches him anyway, so it kind of makes up for it. Zach Gowans gets tossed aside. He tries to hit his offense, but he doesn't really have any. And then Lesnar just like smashes him with a fucking steel chair that absolutely busts him open. I mean, blood just pouring out his head. Then lifts him up, hits an F5 onto the ring barricade, or the ring barrier, the ring pole, the ring post, and then gets the chair, and he's like just standing on Zach Gowan's good leg and just delivering chair shot after chair shot after chair shot. Hits him with another one in the heat as well. He got Zach Gowan's mother there at ringside screaming, "Somebody stop this! Will you stop?" And then you got Cole and Taz, and they're doing a good job of making you believe that Brock's killing this guy.
Yeah, I mean, Cole said once they returned for the break, tragedy has struck SmackDown, and if they said that Zach Gowan was dead, I probably would have believed it.
Yeah, see if they said someone's been wheeled out with a cover over their head, you'd have thought, well,
he did get wheeled out, but there was no cover over his head. But then Brock came back.
Yeah, and just tossed him off the stretcher.
And he
and
cracked his head off the floor again. So
yeah, he did, just bang. I mean, Brock just relentless here, just destroying Zach Gowan. And just a great moment, just everything about it, the brutality for Lesnar and the blood. This is why you need blood in wrestling as well.
And also, the key thing is, Kurt Angle wasn't allowed to do anything.
Yep.
Or else he was suspended.
And see, that's another thing that's good, because let's say that suspension thing wasn't in place, you'd be looking at this thinking, why is nobody helping Zach Gowan?
Now, you could argue why he's like Undertaker, or like why is guys like that who's in the next match, like, where are the good guys? But in terms of the actual feud, yeah, Kurt protects him every day of the week.
True.
Undertaker's too busy lubing up Orlando Jordan backstage, according to Cena, so...
Yeah, Cena comes out, cuts a rap.
He's applying that, what do you call it, caution tape?
Yeah, cuts a rap on Taker and Jordan. He applies that maybe Jordan and Undertaker are a bit like the Bashams, maybe they're swingers.
Cena buddies Detroit. He's like, if they think I suck, I know they swallow. So, pretty funny from Big John. He says Vince is taking over with Stephanie gone. But then Undertaker, right? So the match begins. I mean, the problem for me is here is like Orlando Jordan has essentially taken the place of Nathan Jones.
And I prefer Nathan Jones.
Even because he's funnier. Orlando Jordan's just boring.
Alright, mate.
There's a problem here, man.
Where is Nathan Jones? Where? OVW?
I think he tore both his fucking quads in ACLs. Seeing he did that kick. His
legs folded like a deck chair.
See if you've ever played...
his legs fucking folded like a deck chair for the knees.
See if you ever played GTA and you go to the bar and they get drunk and they're stumbling about. That was Nathan Jones when he did the one-legged kick that Van Damme does, but then he tries to regain his balance.
No, see that time he got clotheslined, his legs went like McMahon's in the Rumble 2005.
Aye, but they didn't fold back again.
No, they just kind of did.
It was like a fucking...
just collapsed.
It was like an Alfredo Morelos knee slide that never ended.
It was, oh man.
That ad for it, the guy knee slides?
No.
It was like that.
No, anyway, John Cena and A-Train get the win. A-Train hits Taker in the gut with the... I think he hits him with the steel chain, and Cena
the biker chain.
Cena picks up a win.
So yes,
on the Undertaker. So
Taker again.
I mean, that's 3 pinfall victories that Cena has over Taker in the last couple of months.
Absolutely insane.
Been a while since we've seen the FBI, by the way. Are the FBI going?
Maybe they're way back to Sicily. Who knows? Sable gives A-Train a hotel room key. McMahon, again, fingerprints all over this. He'll be in the hotel.
Yeah, she's got her fingers...
shitting on the train.
She's got her fingers all over the hairy body of A-Train. We then get a tag team match. Guerrero and Rhino taking on Benoit and Tajiri. Big spear from... or should I say gore from Rhino on Tajiri. And, he gets the win. So, there you go. Rhino lost last week, so he gets a win back this week.
Honestly, I think Rhino... in the lowrider looked better than Benoit.
Benoit just doesn't sit in a lowrider.
Benoit is the kind of guy that drives a Toyota pickup truck.
Tajiri looked alright in the lowrider.
Aye.
Down.
He looked alright when he got fucked through the windscreen.
He looked better in the lowrider than he did that ladder match.
Yeah, so we got a big brawl at the end. Eddie stands tall. Will he win at SummerSlam? Who knows? Right, main event time. Kurt Angle versus The Big Show. Street fight, blood. We got Big Show got busted open. Just a good match.
Yeah, ankle lock, Show not tapping out, Show beating up Angle. You got the steel steps on the outside, the table on the outside. Angle then does like an Arabian facebuster with the steel chair onto the Big Show, off the steps, through the table. Copying Sabu's move here, but we're not gonna hold it against him. And then Angle manages to get Taker back, not Taker, sorry, Big Show back in the ring and hits an Angle slam through the table and gets the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, no, a really good match. Angle gets the win, beats Big Show, gets some momentum heading in to the pay-per-view this Sunday.
Which he does a sin, by the way. You said he would never take down the straps and put them back up.
Yeah, this was poor. Like, I don't like this. I don't like it.
Because we said during Survivor Series, 2024, well, you watched, I fell asleep. Kurt Angle would never do that. And you actually bet your life. And then when the next 3 seconds, he had them back up and down.
Yeah, I didn't like that. So Angle already had the straps down, but then he put them back up just so he could take them back down so he could hit the Angle slam on Big Show and get the win. I don't like that. I think once the straps come down, they've came down. It just, from a logical standpoint, it just doesn't make any fucking sense as to why you would do that. You're literally just wasting valuable time. It is so fucking dumb. I mean, I can see why you take the straps down.
See when McMahon shot on Janelle Grant's head, did he drop his drawers and then pull them up before he shot? Exactly. Once he dropped his drawers,
they're down,
shot.
so you don't need to pull them. I mean, they may as well stay down. And same thing with the straps. Once they're down, they're down.
Yeah. So it makes
like, could you imagine if The Rock, right, earlier in the match, takes off the elbow pad, hits the people's elbow, count gets broken up, and then he goes to do another people's elbow 5 minutes later, and he actually jumps over the barricade and he's searching through the feet of the crowd looking for his fucking... Well, it wouldn't be at their feet, they'd be in someone's pocket because they'd be keeping that. But
Aye.
Could you imagine The Rock's in the crowd trying to get his elbow pad back so he can put it back on, just so he can throw it off again? He wouldn't do that.
It wouldn't happen. Anyway, that was it for SmackDown. Good show, good main event, some good segments. I do think there is some weak matches on this, but the moments in the main event made up for it. I will give it a... fuck it. I'm going to give it a 9 because I think the Brock down thing.
I'm going to get a 9 as well. Great main event. Big Show Angle was fantastic, and the Brock sat Gowan thing, that's like a 10 out of 10. That is a 10 out of 10. Whether you want to call it a match, segment, whatever, angle. That's a 10 out of 10. And then you've got a great match as well. So, yeah, for me, that bumps it up. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I mean, I think you're just a couple of, I think you're a couple of good matches away, or maybe another good segment or two away for this being a 10 out of 10. But
no, absolutely. Like,
overall, there was a few things that weren't great.
Like, if you had like a Cena Taker singles match potentially, then that might elevate it or something. But anyway, 9 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.
6-man meet for the World Heavyweight Championship as they step inside one of the most demonic structures of all time, weighing 10 tons. And no, we're not talking about inside Triple H's nose. We're talking about the Elimination Chamber. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, here to review SummerSlam 2003. And we got the second ever Elimination Chamber match. Would it live up to the hype of the first one, or would it fall short? I'm personally a little bit split on the matter. I think it was a decent Elimination Chamber that certainly could have been better, but in my opinion, nowhere near as good as the first. And rather than 6 guys in the match that you all felt had a chance, this seemed like just a cage, a steel structure that was put up just so Goldberg could destroy everybody, but ultimately lose to Triple H just like everybody else.
Well, that's a good way of putting it, guys. But, I look at Goldberg. I think what this one missed is the big moment at the end. 2002, Michaels wins. The celebrations are coming down on his shitey brown pants. Here, I've actually been a defender of this. I've said, well, Goldberg wins it at Unforgiven anyway. Spoiler alert. But I think they had to pull the trigger here. First time watching this match in years. Goldberg was hot, very hot. He's already buried pretty much everybody in the match. Done a very good job in the match of, Jericho, Michaels, and Orton selling their ass off for Goldberg. Spears through the pods, big impact moves, jackhammer, spears on the steel, you name it. Come on, Triple H.
Also, now I've no proof of this, and I can't really find it anywhere, but I do believe they also shortened the times in between pods opening. I think that in Survivor Series 2000 it was 5 minutes for each pod.
2002.
Yeah, what did I say?
2000.
Oh, my bad, 2002. I think it was 5 minutes between each pod opening. In this one, I'm pretty sure it was every 4 minutes.
Aye.
But again, cannot confirm, cannot deny, but this chamber just felt it felt like it was over very quickly. I mean, yeah, in total, you've got Triple H winning it in under 20 minutes. You've got Nash getting eliminated in 8 minutes and 5 seconds. So that confirms to me that it wasn't even every 4 minutes.
And what?
Could it have been every 3? Looking at the times here on Wikipedia, that would appear to be the case. Right, it doesn't matter. They can give you the rules and say it's every 3, every 4, every 5, but to me, 3 minutes is just not long enough, especially when you've got... The Royal Rumble's different, of course, but Elimination Chamber is actually like you've got people working a match, and when you're starting with Jericho and Michaels, I mean, these are two great workers. I just don't think giving them 3 minutes, you're not really doing a lot, and then you're getting Randy Orton coming in, you're not doing a lot. And also, another reason why I don't think the shorter pod times work is because in the original Elimination Chamber, when people were getting eliminated, it was a lot more believable because they'd been in the match for a longer period of time, and the steel structure was doing more wear and tear on their body, so you could understand it. But in this one, it kind of felt like, here, the match hasn't even been going on that long yet, people are acting like they're battered and bruised, and for me, that just shouldn't have been the case. I mean, you've got Nash, who gets eliminated first, and about just after 9 minutes, he hits a couple of moves, and that leaves Orton, Jericho, and HBK down and out. And it's like the match has been going on for less than 10 minutes. Why are they so dead? It didn't make any sense to me.
No, again, I think if you look at all the other chamber matches in the 2000s, because fuck the later years, I would say it's probably definitely one of the quicker ones.
I think Elimination Chamber matches are designed to be long matches.
Yes. Because when you break it down...
The Hell in a Cell match with Taker and Mankind doesn't necessarily need to be that long because of the shit that happens in it. But if you're talking like your traditional match with a storytelling, then Taker and Michaels needs to be a longer match. Taker Michaels doesn't work if it's like a 10-minute match. And I think these chamber matches just by default, need to be longer to sell the effects of the cage and to sell the injuries and to have workers, perform in between each pod opening and with different guys, and it just felt way too rushed in my opinion. No, that takes away from it. I actually thought I thought the match was good, but it was just too short. Anyway, we can start with the opening match, or do you want to give your thoughts here on this main event?
Well, it's a unique problem to have, because I feel like modern wrestling, every match is too long. And it's unique to actually be like, here, that match could have had another 10, 15 minutes.
Well, I timed it. Every pod was 3 minutes exactly, apart from Goldberg's. His went about 3 minutes and 4 seconds. And then they quickly got him out. So I don't know if they missed the timing with Goldberg or whatnot, or... It's strange. I don't know. Either way, you've got Goldberg coming into the match around the 12-minute mark. And it's like, really?
He's the final guy.
That's the last guy? When you look at the original chamber, I mean, RVD wasn't even eliminated until 1337. And when RVD got eliminated, 2 guys were still in their pods.
Yeah.
Goldberg came in and he eliminated Randy Orton before RVD even got eliminated in the first one. It was too quick. Way too quick, in my opinion. Anyway.
It was, but something that wasn't quick was this intro. But yeah, we've got to call it the numbers, damn it. We've got to crunch them. Remember, the
Pre-show
Rumble...
match, by the way. Rey Mysterio, Shannon Moore, singles match, WWE Cruiserweight Championship, 2-minute match. Rey Mysterio wins.
Also, Matt Hardy defeated Zach Gowen by forfeit.
Alright. Well, did he actually?
Not sure he called for the bell.
Nah, it's a disgrace. Matt Hardy shouldn't
Zach Gowen didn't come out because he died.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Well, basically.
Right, crunch the numbers. What are the numbers?
No, I'm saying, remember the Rumble used to crunch the numbers, used to get the fun promo package. Oh, look, Rey Mysterio is the only guy to win it in this amount of time. He's the longest little man, or whatever, 62 minutes. Austin's the only guy to win 3 Royal Rumbles. Now they're giving it to any kind of jobbers, man. It's sickening.
Do you not remember that period though, where they would crunch the numbers and it would be like the same Rumble package video for like 10 years in a row?
Aye.
I think it was like the 2010s they were doing that shit.
Yep,
And it was like you were getting the same Rumble promo package every
Kane
year.
is the most eliminations in a single match and of all time, but I think Roman Reigns beat that.
Sad. Anyway, right, first match, Lara Assistance defeated the Dudley Boys with help for the cameraman, who turned out to be none other than Rob Conway. Smacks Bubba Ray with the camera. Lara Assistance get the 1, 2, 3. Not a great way to open the show, in my opinion. A bit lackluster. I mean, I like the Dudleys, but for me, the reunion isn't really going that well. And Lara Assistance are just a wee bit boring, so yeah, that's my opinion in that. Not really.
Compared to last year, Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, 4-minute match, 5-minute match, brilliant. What a way to kick off SummerSlam.
The last time we had an Elimination Chamber, the Dudleys were involved, well, at least Bubba and Spike were, in a great 6-man elimination table match. I would have rather seen that here.
And
Lara Assistance and Rob Conway versus the Dudleys tables match.
Devon returned that night.
But aye, I mean, since then it's not been great, but Lara Assistance win with Rob Conway's help.
Coachman interviewed the Dudleys after the match and he was showing some heel tendencies. I wonder why.
Yeah, Bubba Ray basically accused them of being anti-American, and
Christian kept going up to Eric Bischoff, and Bischoff's like, fucking leave me alone, Christian. Because Christian was left off the show and Bischoff's like, here, I can't do anything about it. Austin does half the show, yada yada yada. I mean, yeah, also John Cena not on the show.
Yeah.
Cena should have been on the show.
World's Greatest Tag Team as well, not on the show. I don't understand it. You got Christian and John Cena, mental that none of them are on it. Christian's the Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that is just completely unacceptable. It's the IC belt.
Yeah, no, I get it. Maybe McMahon likes keeping the shows at like a 2-hour, 45-minute runtime, but for me, yeah, you've got to have those guys on the show 100%. But for whatever reason, they weren't. And Eric Bischoff does like a reveal. He says, Linda McMahon, she's got great stamina for a big-breasted woman. So, Eric Bischoff kissing and telling, so to speak. Right, we then get Undertaker versus A-Train up next. Taker defeats A-Train, who had Sable at ringside. We taped up ribs. It was the second shortest match of the night. Just not really, I don't know, A-Train first. Does A-Train deserve a pay-per-view match against Taker? No, in my opinion, he's a guy that loses to Taker on SmackDown, but not this week.
I don't mind Albert, right? But I think by 2003, there's nothing happening for this guy. This is the era of where they're pushing these new big guys. Why not have A-Train be like a new big guy? I feel like that makes a bit more sense.
He's not new, he's been there for years.
That's what I'm saying, no, replace him. Just get rid of him.
So it wouldn't be A-Train then?
I call it A. Jones or something. Is there a problem? Who am I? Not him, but...
No, I think the problem is he's been repackaged, but he's already lost. I mean, the guy lost to fucking Billy Gunn in a throwaway match about 6 weeks ago. So why are we all of a sudden believing that he's now a threat to Undertaker?
Because McMahon's got him fired.
Yeah, but I don't know. This just doesn't really work in my opinion. If you want us to believe A-Train's going to beat Taker on a pay-per-view match, then I think that A-Train needs to be booked stronger since being repackaged. A guy lost to Billy Gunn. Enough said. You want anything to add there? Or?
Well, I totally agree, because Billy Gunn, if we're talking about A-Train being done, Billy Gunn in 2003, I mean, he's in a swingers group, man, come on. Play the game here.
After the match, Undertaker grabs Sable, Stephanie McMahon comes out, attacks Sable, and you got A-Train pulling Sable out the ring. Are we going to maybe get some sort of mixed tag team match going forward? Who knows, but Stephanie's returned after that beatdown that A-Train gave her a few weeks ago. Right, up next we got the coach. He was asking people who they think will win the main event, and they're all picking Goldberg at ringside. We then get Bischoff versus Shane McMahon up next, and obviously Bischoff has been trying things with Linda. Shane's not happy about it. It's kind of weird. The feud's probably Shane versus Kane, but right now Kane's dealing with RVD and Shane's dealing with Eric Bischoff, so but I mean, at least it'll make Kane and Shane last longer, I guess.
Looking forward to that over the next couple of months. Some cool, badass moments.
Yeah, so Bischoff says he's got a plan. Christian was offering to help him earlier, but Bischoff's like, I've got everything under control.
Why in the fuck would you take Coachman's help over Christian, by the way?
I know, was that really Eric's big plan? So, I mean, essentially, Eric starts off not bad, then we get Shane beginning to take over with his punches and all this shit, even though Bischoff legitimately knows karate, it's not good enough to stop Shane McMahon, but then a steel chair via Coachman, that will stop Shane McMahon. The coach is there, then the coach is holding up Shane and allowing Bischoff to use his karate. I just felt like this was dragged on too long. How many times did coach hold up Shane? And then Bischoff cuts off the commentary and he says, Coach, you're the best at it. Coach is a slobber knocker. And then you've just got Coach calling the match in the ring while JR and the King sit in silence. And here, I was creative, but I don't think you should ever have JR and King's mic turned off.
No, I totally agree. Because once Austin came out and these two got battered, there was that awkward period, as you pointed out, and it just shows you how integral wrestling commentary is. I mean, I've only been to one wrestling show or whatever, but it's like,
I don't like them. I've been to two, and I mean, it's cool to experience it live, but to me, it is boring as fuck. Well, I don't want to say boring as fuck, but the commentary is a huge element of wrestling, and I personally don't think you enjoy the show more without it. See, let's say WrestleMania was happening in the East Wing. I would rather watch it on the TV. I'd rather watch it on the TV because you're getting the commentary.
yeah. No, like, there's some sports where it's integral.
Plus, you're watching on TV, you're getting all the camera cuts. And
It's like, see, boxing. I think boxing would be great to watch. Not on the TV, like actually there.
No, I disagree. I like the way you get all the camera cuts and stuff like that, and you get the commentary.
No,
and
I think boxing at the arena would be great.
no. What if you're sitting up in the cheap seats and it's like two ants throwing their fucking antlers at each other?
Antlers.
Or whatever they've got, you know. Like,
Antlers are pretty big. They're on
well,
deers. Like.
that's true.
They're antennas, I think.
Anyway, Austin comes down and Coach is like, I didn't touch you, Austin. All this stuff, but then Shane pushes Coach into Austin. Now this means Austin's been provoked, so Austin batters the hell out of Coachman. Shane then starts attacking Bischoff, and he puts Bischoff on the announce table, and Shane does the big elbow drop through the commentary table, and that's enough for the 1, 2, 3, because it was made a Falls Count Anywhere match by Eric Bischoff. So Shane gets the win. Austin is there to again help make Eric Bischoff's life a living hell, a misery. And that's it. Austin celebrates some beers, he chucks one at Shane, and we get Shane out here.
The crowd loved the match. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was entertaining. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, don't know if it needed to be this long. I thought it dragged on at parts, but whatever, it was alright. We then see Kevin Nash warming up, and Ric Flair and Randy Orton want to discuss strategy. Orton says he understands his job is to make sure Triple H leaves with the title, but what if? Ric Flair says, there is no what if. And then Triple H comes over and confirms this and basically tells Orton that he needs to know his role. But, I mean, Orton's bringing up a good point. What happens if Triple H is in the match? No, like, legitimately, what happens if Triple H is in the match before Randy Orton and he gets eliminated before Randy Orton? Or even if he gets eliminated while Randy Orton's in there? Like, obviously Randy Orton at that point is to try and win the match, does he not?
No, I agree. But what I would say is, since he's injured, why not disclose the injury? Why not actually be like, here, Triple H is going into the chamber injured here?
Because they're only had in the chamber because he's injured. They don't want to like reveal kayfabe, do they? Because then it looks shit. I mean,
I think
it
stacks the odds against Evolution and makes it look better for him actually coming out winning.
Yeah, but I don't think they want to stack the odds against Evolution. I think they want to stack the odds in Evolution's favour. That's why there's two of them in the match. If they stack the odds against Evolution and Goldberg still loses, then it makes Goldberg look like shite.
Yeah, well, I had Goldberg win.
I mean, like, look at Paul Heyman, ECW chamber, stacking the odds. What if you're Big Show's got one leg like Zach Gowen? I mean, you're taking away from Bobby Lashley here.
Yeah, but do you not think it makes Triple H look weak though? This chamber, the build up, because it's all been about it's the Evolution chamber. I've got Randy in there. Since 2002, Triple H, he was bricking going into the chamber because how like demonic and it could end his career, not because of the opponents really. It was more like, oh fuck, what could happen?
Yeah, well, to be fair, Goldberg wasn't in that first elimination chamber, was he?
But Kane was, guys like that, for fuck's sake, come on.
No, true, but I guess when you've got the odds, you've got the numbers advantage, then...
I just think the build up to this, Triple H's been acting like a wee scaredy cat.
Well,
and I think if he factored in the injury, it would have helped a wee bit. But anyway, we'll move on.
I disagree. I mean, he wasn't exactly looking forward to going into the first chamber, was he?
Yes, but that was for different reasons. Like this one, Triple H wasn't. See the first chamber, man. Triple H wasn't going into it like in absolute fear that he was going to lose the belt. He was going into it like, fuck, this could take years off my career. He still had faith in his abilities. I don't feel like he's fully got. Oh, the
yeah, but then you could argue, if he knows hindsight, how dangerous the first match is.
Fair enough.
And he lost the belt.
And he also knows what the script is, which goes a long way.
Right, match 4, Fatal 4-Way, US title match, Eddie Guerrero, Rhino, Chris Benoit and Tajiri.
Triple H losing the head here.
I mean, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, this is like one of the best Fatal 4-Way matches of all time.
No.
It was an amazing match. It's so underrated. I thought it was a pretty good match, and Eddie Guerrero wins with the frog splash on Rhino. Everybody got their offense in. But I certainly do think when it comes to SmackDown and when it comes to like the so-called technical wrestlers, I do think their matches get overrated big time.
Yeah, I thought this was good, but again, you're right.
It's the same thing with Brock Angle. People saying it was a classic. I think it was a good match. I don't think it was a classic. I think this was a decent, good Fatal 4-Way match. I don't think it was like the best Fatal 4 match I've ever seen.
Yeah. No, honestly, it was a good match, but you're right. It's like that period in 2002. People talk about the SmackDown 6 like it was fat. We watched it. Yo, some great matches, undoubtedly. But let's face it, it got a bit stale. Wasn't much in the way of stories.
Yeah, anyway, Eddie Guerrero wins, hits the splash on Rhino, 1, 2, 3, still the champion. Shawn Michaels is then taping himself up for later on. We see earlier on Heat that Matt Hardy awarded himself a win over Zach Gowen due to Zach Gowen basically being dead and not being able to appear. We then get match number 5, SmackDown title, Kurt Angle versus the real Brock Lesnar. Brock kind of dominates the match for the most part, but then Angle gets into it, gets into a bit of control, gets the upper hand, fights back, hits an Angle slam, gets the ankle locked in. McMahon makes an appearance as well. McMahon comes down with a steel chair to rescue Brock Lesnar. And, you know, it shows you that despite Brock Lesnar being this big, massive fucking guy, he still needs help. You know, he's still not invincible.
No, because Perk Angle's here, and he's here to stay, but McMahon comes out. And, I mean, some people will bash this, but for me, Kurt Angle is, like, the top babyface in the company. I think it's undoubtable at this point.
Yeah, Angle
has to win.
Brock hits a one-legged Angle slam on... Brock Lesnar, hits a one-legged F5 on Angle to manage to get a bit of breathing space there after having...
Brilliant selling. Brock's one of the best.
Yeah, because Brock had the ankle lock on for about a full minute there, but he didn't tap out. Angle kicks out at 2 though. Thought that was kind of going to win the match, but it didn't. Brock then goes for another F5, but Angle once again counters it into the ankle lock, and Brock taps this time because the damage is already done, and I guess he can't stay another minute or 2 in the ankle lock. So Angle then celebrates. McMahon comes in after the match, tries to hit Angle with a chair. Angle stops him, and then Angle, while the chair is like sitting up, hits an Angle slam and puts McMahon right through the fucking chair. And on
his birthday weekend.
Yeah, the chair just collapsing with the weight of McMahon landing on it.
Great spot.
Good Angle slam. Like that. Again, I thought it was a good match, but I just think some people are overrating. I mean, it was good, but I don't think it was amazing.
Yeah, I think out of all their my favourite's the Iron Man.
Yeah, so anyway, good match, but nothing great in my opinion. We see Goldberg then, shadowboxing backstage, getting ready to win the world title here in the WWE. But of course, he doesn't know that Triple H is the champ and he plays the game. Right, up next, Cade versus RVD. No holds barred match. This is the semi-main. Maybe a bit surprised that this one was after the WWE title match, but whatever.
I thought this match was very weird. Actually, but 90% of this match took place in the top left-hand corner of the outside area. Didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the match took place outside the ring. RVD was hitting Kane with stuff and it wasn't really working. Kane was no selling a lot of the moves. RVD then picks up pace at the end, goes for the Fan Dominator. Kane kicks out, goes for the Fan Terminator. Kane manages to roll out the way and RVD just crashes and burns, and then Kane grabs him, takes him to the outside and hits the Tombstone Piledriver on top of the steel steps. And 1, 2, 3, RVD defeated here by Kane. Thought it was a good match, and it sets up the main event. Kane looking strong, and Kane looking like a guy that could easily be in this chamber winning the world title, but he's not in it. Up next we get...
Although I would argue if Kane was in it instead of Goldberg, he had to win.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say that, but it's not like he wins the title anyway, so...
I know, but I feel like by the time Kane gets into the title picture at the end of the year...
Seems kind of...
Because he's had a 3-month feud with Shane.
Yeah, anyway, right up next, we got the chamber match. Ric Flair gives Triple H his last pep talk, says that, you're handing me the belt, but you'll be getting it back. It's not a goodbye.
Don't worry, champ.
I don't know.
You'll see it in 5 minutes, because this match is really short. That's pretty much what he said to
so
him.
it's Triple H, Randy Orton, Jericho, Nash, Michaels, and Goldberg. Shawn Michaels and Jericho start the match. Is anybody surprised about this? Absolutely not. I just think it was the two best workers starting the match, but again, it's just too short. 3 minutes, Randy Orton comes in, and then you get some... I thought like the first 6 minutes, it was decent, but there wasn't really that much of the chamber.
I thought the match was crap, really. I say crap. It was very slow and mundane until Nash got eliminated. He then hits 3 jackknives on...
Yeah, but you know what? There wasn't... The match wasn't long enough for them to be slow and mundane.
No, I agree. That should come later.
They were working as if there was 5 minutes or more in between each pod. There was only 3. I wonder if they knew. I don't think they did, because I think Jericho and Shawn Michaels would have just worked a faster paced match if they knew that there was only 3 minutes before Randy Orton came in.
I'd like to see the look on their face when they start hearing 10, 9, 8, shite themselves. Oh fuck, what's going on here? But
no, but also when you think of the first Elimination Chamber, see in the first 5 minutes, RVD and Triple H spent a lot of that time outside the ring, using the structure.
They did.
I think for most of this, it was pretty much the first 3 minutes was Jericho and Michaels in the ring, just not doing anything.
Well, Nash got eliminated. He looked good, I guess.
He looked good for the minute that he was in there.
Yes. Orton gets eliminated by Goldberg, and then for me, probably
I mean, you're skipping a wee bit here. So Nash is eliminated after getting hit with the Sweet Chin Music. Jericho rolls up Nash. Then Triple H's music hits his pod. He's the third guy to come in. Michaels hits him with the Sweet Chin Music, and he falls back into his chamber pod. So this takes Triple H out the equation pretty much for the rest of the match. Then Nash is no happy because he's been eliminated very early, so he hits jackknives on Jericho and Randy Orton. I don't think he hits one on Shawn because Shawn Michaels is his buddy.
I think he did.
But I think Shawn Michaels was already down at this point, so it didn't really matter. Nash then leaves. Triple H is in his pod. Jericho, Michaels... No, because Michaels tries to pin both Randy Orton and Jericho, but they both kick out after the jackknives. Then they get up and they're kind of like working freeway, throwing punches at each other. Goldberg comes in, just hits massive explosive offense, spears, gorilla press slams. Basically Goldberg's moves that he could hit in Here Comes the Pain, he just hits all of them. He gets like Randy Orton up in that gorilla press slam position and then just holds him and fires him down into like a spine buster type maneuver. Massive impact. Eliminates Orton. Then he spears Jericho through the pod chamber, which is good. Although it did take an extra second for the glass to break.
I actually liked the fact it took an extra second to add it to the crunch. I think that's an iconic moment, right?
Michaels then... No, it was good. Like, I mean, Michaels then... Yeah.
No, for me, I like the fact it took the extra second. I think it added to it. Because you heard like the first crunch, and then it just fell straight through. Jericho's gone.
He's not gone. He's through the pod, but he's not eliminated. Because then Goldberg gets in the ring.
But at this point, he's gone. There's no way fucking Jericho's coming back for this.
Well, Michaels is coming back. He's hitting some offense. He hits a scoop slam. He hits the kip up on Goldberg. He hits the diving elbow. And then he goes for the Sweet Chin Music. But Goldberg just pretty much no-sells it. Hits a spear instead. So, then Goldberg lifts up Shawn Michaels. Hits the jackhammer. 1, 2, 3. Michaels is gone. Jericho manages to make his way back into the ring, crawls through the ring, but doesn't really matter. Crawls through the ropes, and Jericho gets hit with a spear as well and another jackhammer.
boy.
So that's the 1, 2, 3 there. Triple H then doesn't want to get in the ring, so Ric Flair tries to hold his pod chamber door closed, but Goldberg doesn't give a shit. He punches his way through the glass and ends up cutting himself. His hands were cut, his legs were cut. Just Goldberg must have sliced himself open here, getting inside the pod.
He loves doing this.
Hits a couple of moves on Triple H. Nothing big, to be honest. Just a couple of strikes. No big impact moves. You look at Goldberg, the moves, he's destroying the other guys, but when Triple H gets in the ring, he's hitting them with, like, you know, little strikes here on a clothesline. Guess Triple H really is injured at this point. And then Ric Flair slides in the sledgehammer. Triple H hits him with it when he's going for the spear. Knocks him completely out cold. Rolls him over. 1, 2, 3. Triple H wins. You're like, what the fuck is this? Triple H winning the chamber match. And then they get in the ring. Randy Orton's back out there. Ric Flair's out there. And they handcuff Goldberg to the cell and then start whacking him with a sledgehammer. And Triple H tells him you'll never get your hands on the world title. And that's how the show ends. I thought the crowd were disappointed. We all wanted a new champion tonight. Goldberg, massive fucking reaction.
See, the way I remembered this match is that Ric Flair and Orton came in and made it a 3-on-1, which resulted in the pin. But it was just a singular. I mean, I say a singular sledgehammer shot, right? If you actually factor in the logic behind the sledgehammer shot, it should defeat most people. But I feel like it needed more to defeat Bill.
Yeah, but nah, not really. I mean, a sledgehammer to the back of the dome will, eliminate.
It will do that, but it drags out the Unforgiven, and this was supposed to be a singles match. They had to improvise, and it's weird though because see if this doesn't get made a chamber match, what happens with the other matches? Do they get put on the show? Is Orton Michaels? Well, Orton and Michaels happens at Unforgiven, so there's that. And then that Hair versus Hair Jericho Nash match probably just gets pushed back. But then what matches get took off? Oh, so many questions.
Aye, so many questions, no enough answers here on Fog Wrestling. I'll get a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good pay-per-view, but not great, to be honest.
Didn't hit the heights it should have.
Too many lackluster matches. The opening tag match, didn't really do it for me. Taker A-Train didn't really do it for me. Shane Bischoff, I think, lasted a bit too long. Angle Brock was good in my opinion, but not great. The Fatal 4-Way match was, it was decent. Fuck, Kane RVD was pretty decent, but again, I wouldn't say it was great. And then I thought the main event was good and could have been great if it lasted longer, but due to the really short time between pods and then Triple H basically not working the match, and that almost took another element. You've got Nash, who got eliminated really fucking early, and then you got Triple H, who basically wasn't even really involved in the match. So rather than a 6-man chamber, it kind of felt more like a 3-man chamber with Goldberg just destroying everybody.
Yeah, I would say it's the weakest SummerSlam of the 2000s to this point. Preferred 2000, preferred 2001, and I think 2002 is definitely, I think it's probably the best SummerSlam of all time, so it's not really going to be beating that, is it?
No, probably not. I would have maybe just preferred to see Nash stay in the chamber and have Nash destroying the other 3. And then Goldberg could come in and take Nash on one-on-one and then battle the other 3. I don't think having Nash get eliminated 2 minutes into his match.
So would you have had Goldberg eliminate Nash and the other 3?
Aye.
Yeah, I think that's the correct way of doing it because, yeah, you can say, well, weakens Goldberg's 3 eliminations if Nash already weakened them, but if he...
Well, he kind of did anyway, didn't he, with the...
Well, yeah, so...
With the jackknife?
So I think if Goldberg defeats the monster in Nash and then eliminates the other 3, that would have been the correct call, but, yeah, looking forward to Raw. Should be star-studded, as per usual, but 7 out of 10, you looking forward to Unforgiven?
Oh, aye, can't wait.
SmackDown, though, it's a long wait to No Mercy. I got no mercy.
Not only did Goldberg taste blood at SummerSlam, he also tasted defeat for the first time since joining WWE. But that's not putting him off playing the game as he challenges Triple H to another match at the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, here to review the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam. Goldberg was screwed inside the Elimination Chamber, but he's going to have one more chance to eliminate Triple H, as it is now confirmed we're getting Triple H versus Goldberg at the next show. I think this is what they originally wanted to do for SummerSlam, but I guess Triple H just wasn't able to do a one-on-one match due to his injury, so they postponed it a little bit. Very smart thinking when you think about it from WWE, and we got an Elimination Chamber match out of it as well, so no complaints.
As McMahon said, calculated risk, and that's what it was. Yes, we'll put you in a match, but we'll protect you. It was very calculated. Looking forward to Unforgiven. Great theme as well. What was it? Enemy by Seven Dust. Looking forward to Unforgiven. So we'll get to that next month, but we've got to wrap this review up, guys. This is the historic review. John Cena is a current active wrestler right now. Yeah, 10 minutes he won't be. Well, he will be, but in terms of this review,
this is the last review that we do while John Cena's still a current wrestler, and Saturday Night Main Event is starting in about 10 minutes.
Yes, and that will be the first review that he's not.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap this up in a 10-minute fire special. So here we go. Goldberg comes out. He's angry. He's busted open. He's limping. You can see the cuts on him. He's furious. He thinks he was screwed last night. Who's next? Triple H is still next in Goldberg's eyes. Triple H comes out and he says that he's proved everything. He proved without a shadow of a doubt he is the best wrestler alive. He is the best man. Triple H claims that he done it. Even though he needed help from Evolution, even though he needed help from the Sledgehammer, even though Triple H never really was involved in this match at all, he's claiming that he survived 5 other men. Even take away one of those men, because Randy Orton was like, one of the 5, so... But yeah, bullshit for Triple H, but he's a heel, so I expect this. Goldberg wants another match, and Triple H is surprisingly willing to give him one, but Goldberg needs to put something on the line. And what does Triple H want from Goldberg? He wants his career. So at the next pay-per-view, it's going to be Triple H versus Goldberg, World Heavyweight Championship versus career. If Goldberg wins, we've got a new heavyweight champion on Raw. If Triple H wins, Goldberg's WWE journey has come to an end in less than 6 months.
And there you go, folks. That is your build to Unforgiven. Sort it. That is your main event. I feel like modern times they don't announce matches like a week before.
15 minutes before the end of the final Raw,
Honestly, this is it. Career versus title. Big match, big stakes, big promo. Yeah, Triple H and Goldberg. It's a wee bit boring, like the promo wise, but it was still alright. No complaints. But we move on.
It did its job. Speaking of doing its job, we kick off. I feel like Raw lately has been. The women seem to be starting. In terms of matches, they seem to be kicking off a lot lately. Why is that?
Get them out of the way.
Is that the reason?
I don't know, it could be.
Maybe women's matches are doing good viewership, or maybe McMahon's testing something out with the placement of these matches, but the women's matches always seem to be kicking off the show over the past wee while. Trish versus Gail Kim. Match doesn't really last that long. Gail Kim was dominating the early get-go, then Trish kind of, got back into it. She hit a chick kick, but Gail Kim kicked out at 2, just for Trish to hit the Stratisfaction and then get the free count. Yeah, kind of really, at this point, Gail Kim just feels like she's done. As a credible threat. Or at least I feel like she needs to be, I think she needs a bit of work. She needs to be repackaged a wee bit, she needs a bit of momentum behind her.
The roster at this point for the women feels like 3 people.
Yeah, when's Lita coming back, by the way? I know it was a serious neck injury, but...
I'm pretty sure Unforgiven's a fatal 4-way with Lita.
She is long overdue a return, so hopefully we get Lita coming back soon, because right now, it does feel like Trish is the only face on the roster. I get it, you do have Ivory who appears sometimes, and they'll wheel out Jacqueline for the odd match, but they feel like part-timers at this point. They're active wrestlers.
No, yeah.
You see them like once every 3 months.
Even if you had Rock, Austin, and Hogan as a 3-man division, it would get stale.
You need other people in there, and the women's division doesn't really have that. You've got Trish, Victoria, and Molly Holly, and then obviously they brought in Gail Kim, but yeah, I think they need a couple of fresh faces in there for sure. Molly then runs down after the match. She attacks Trish, but she doesn't attack Gail Kim for whatever reason. I don't know why, but there you go. We then see after this backstage, Molly is choking out Kim, and she says, "You have a choice. You can keep fighting me, or we can team up and we can take out Trish." Gail Kim says Trish doesn't stand a chance. I don't really get this. Why would Gail want to play second fiddle to Molly Holly? Is taking out Trish really that important? Yeah, maybe Gail Kim blames Trish for costing her belt or whatnot, but see when it's such a small division and there's one belt, I don't think it really makes sense for alliances that much.
No, I know. It doesn't. You're right. Especially, it's literally 3 people.
Unless someone is so clearly above you and they're the champion, and you don't feel like you can realistically be the champion.
I feel like it's one of the last cards they can play though when you have 3 people. But we'll move on.
I think Shannon Moore, for example, being the lackey to Matt Hardy in the cruiserweight.
Time.
No, it's no. I think Shannon Moore being the lackey to Matt Hardy in the cruiserweight division is fair enough, because Matt Hardy is on a far higher level than Shannon Moore. But you know, Gail Kim was the champion like 3 weeks ago. Anyway,
They should back the horse they went with, but they didn't. Rodney Mack though, he's not getting backed. Teddy Long's like, let me tell you something, player. The Enterprises, we're fucking and bugging, but we need to expand. Out comes Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
No, see Mark Henry.
Shite theme song, by the way. Fucking horrendous theme song.
See Mark Henry for like 1996, right up to like 2010. He just had periods where he was on and off. He would miss years and come back bigger and blacker. You know, it was just weird, fucking weird, but they win.
Anyway, yeah, they take on Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrad, and it felt like when Cade and Jindrad were in the ring with Rodney Mack, they were able to hold their own, but when Hendry got in, it became like a different story, and then you got an impressive finish where Mark Jindrad like jumps off the top rope, does like a springboard crossbody, but Hendry just catches him in midair and hits the world's strongest slam. So there you go, big win for Team Fugging and Bugging. I think that Fedor Long needed Mark Henry, or needed somebody in his team. If this wants to go anywhere, Rodney Mack can only take you so far. He might be okay to beat the likes of Spike Dudley and the Hurricane in 5 minutes, but if Fedor Long wants to get higher up the card, Rodney Mack's not going to do it. Maybe Mark Henry can get you a little bit higher up there.
No, I would totally agree with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing Mark Henry answer the bounty on Goldberg soon. Right, up next, Lance Storm's getting humped by Mini Dust. Out comes Rosie, and he's like laughing at it, but then Rosie's told that there's a guy heading to the ring with a gun.
Yeah, so he runs off, and then the Hurricane is trying to chase him down. Hurricane's like, oh no, it's the t-shirt gun guy. Why didn't the person that gave Rosie that information just reveal it was a t-shirt gun and not a gun?
Rosie, but see, this is wacky wrestling where it's like, I will leave the wee fine details.
Yeah, you know, you got Lance Storm getting humped, you got Goldust being a freak, you got Rosie with his superhero shit. He runs down to the ring and hits some big moves here on the gunman, and he takes him down. Rosie thought he saved the day, but in reality, he just, you know, he just took out an employee, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. I think Rosie and Hurricane have been pretty much knocking it the park recently. It's over the top, but that's what wrestling needs to be. Don't take yourself too serious. But backstage, we've got Stone Cold Steve Austin talking about what happened last night. Coach joining Bischoff. I'm liking the Coach. I think Coach is a very, very good heel. So you see Kurt Angle in the crowd looking old.
Yeah, definitely. But no, I mean, Austin says, well, what happened last night was you seen the Coach, you seen Bischoff, they laid their hands on me, they attacked me, so I defended myself. So that's what Austin's running with. Self-defense.
I can't blame Austin for going with that. I mean, it seems like you don't even need to get attacked. It just needs to be some kind of physical touch and it's all over. But then we had a La Resistance and Rob Conway versus the Dudley Boys. They're going in on the French. Now, this is apparently McMahon's answer because the French didn't back America going into war against Iraq.
He's trying to portray them as bad guys.
Aye. But see, isn't that great? Isn't that edgy?
Definitely.
See, in modern times, that would be like a Russian group.
Yeah, at one point I thought Conway was legitimately injured in his first match because he just fucking didn't move and he disappeared for like a while. But then, he comes in and he hits one of the Dudleys with the tag belts and he picks up the 3 count. So La Resistance, they pick up the victory, and once again the Dudleys are on the losing end here. So we then get some highlights shown for SummerSlam. We see Kane, Tombstone, and RVD on the steps, and we find out that Linda McMahon is going to be on the highlight reel. She's walking forward, and then we do get the highlight reel, one of your favourite segments of the week, into the highlight reel. Maybe not when Linda McMahon's on it, but I think she's done an okay job.
She did.
Although, to be fair, she wasn't really on it her own for long. I mean, McMahon quickly came out there.
Well, you want it like 2 Arizona Jackrabbits. But yeah, McMahon comes out, saves us for Linda. Like you said, she was alright, but she's no McMahon. I mean, I actually think it's insane how Vince is with Linda.
Yeah, McMahon says, Linda's not a victim. I'm the victim. McMahon saying that, yeah, I was giving...
Come out of your demon-infested womb.
Yeah, blaming Linda McMahon's demon-infested womb for giving him 2 kids that are ungrateful and don't care about him.
Honestly, that line's pretty iconic, man. I've always remembered that line.
And he's a victim of their failed marriage as well, and yeah, just the demon-infected womb.
Yeah,
great.
but great. Out comes Shane. We got it. It's the McMahon family drama. Not JR. Oh no, JR is there? Got JR and King pointing that they shouldn't be airing their dirty laundry in public. But they are. But then Jericho cracks Shane with a big microphone, busts him open, and McMahon's like, "Damn it! It's gonna be Shane versus Jericho tonight." Weird match, but
Vince also compared himself to Kane. Says he feels very similar to Kane. Everyone turned their back on Kane, and Vince feels like everyone turned their back on
see how
him.
McMahon comes in though, and he automatically like relates to what's happening on Raw, even though he's SmackDown.
So almost saying, Linda, you deserve to be tombstoned on your fucking head.
Yeah. But I mean, up next we got Randy Orton versus Maven. Ric Flair's in Orton's corner. Maven has got Shawn Michaels. But yeah.
Right, Ric Flair, I think, took a Sweet Chin Music as we see John Bernafel here. John Bernafel, there's Kurt Angle's cousin, Shane. Big Shane. Anyway, we shown you some, I don't know who this jobber is, but anyway, Ric Flair takes a Sweet Chin Music on the outside, and I think it was a Sweet Chin Music. He was fucking down and out for like 5 minutes straight. And like everyone in the front row was laughing at him. I don't know if Ric Flair was like fucking knocked out cold or whether he was like doing something on the outside to I don't know, to get the fans to be amused. But I mean, Ric Flair was laying there, you couldn't see him, but the fans were like pointing and laughing. And
all I do know is Randy Orton's Sweet Chin Music's fucking mince.
Aye, and the commentary team's trying to pretend that he does just as good a job as Shawn Michaels, but we all know that is not true.
No, absolutely not. But we have the Employee of the Month award presentation up next. Dun, 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 dun. Coach is like, well, I couldn't have won this without Eric Bischoff. I just do what my boss says.
Stone Cold.
Yep.
Slobberknocker.
Out comes Austin. Coach is like, I'm only treated this way because I'm not Austin's boy, right? JR. Oklahoma JR boy. JR's got this like look towards Coach like black boy, but anyway, I mean, it was pretty
black
good.
meat baby heel.
Bischoff's like, what the hell? Coach wants an apology from Austin, but obviously that's not going to happen. Is it
another man that wants an apology? Though is Christian.
Yep.
Christian. He comes out and he demands to know why he was left off SummerSlam. Eric Bischoff, he's willing to put all the blame on Austin.
I like the fact though that, like, I mean, yeah, this is obviously part of the story here, but it's like it makes sense that he would want to be addressed. This. Like, why wasn't it on the biggest party of the summer? Yeah, I'm an IC champion when it fucking mattered. But yeah.
Austin comes out, says that Coach couldn't carry JR's jockstrap.
He says he's got a sympathy card, whips out the card at the envelope, middle finger, Brian. Coach left on double one, can't do anything here. I mean, this was absolutely brilliant. But then Coach says the king and a cowboy, they sound like the village people over there. So Lawler's like, well, how about I come take care of you then? Christian's like, no, what about me? Austin's like, you think you're special? What? Your little IC title? What?
You creepy bastard? What? You're going to defend that belt.
And then he books Christian versus Jerry Lawler for the IC title.
And now all of a sudden Christian's wishing he didn't have a match.
Yeah, I mean, a weird fucking match. Never knew it happened. Obviously Christian wins, rightfully so. But JR and Coach on commentary was a brilliant dynamic because like, was there some racial undertones there, boy? It was brilliant.
No, it was great. I enjoyed it. Probably. Hell, you know what? Maybe if Jerry Lawler was... I don't want Jerry Lawler to disappear from commentary for 4 weeks, but who knows? Do you think the team of Coach and JR might just work better? But then again, it's heel Coach, so I just feel automatically heel Coach is more interesting.
No, it is. And next week it's announced that Coach will take on Lawler. Looking forward to that.
I'm pretty sure we get a prolonged period with Coach on commentary, by the way.
Yeah, it's a three-man desk. Absolutely.
So, we'll see what happens.
Up next we get Shane McMahon versus Chris Jericho. I mean, it doesn't last very long. But, I mean... I'm not expecting a wrestling match here. I'm expecting Shane McMahon to bust Jericho open after about 4 seconds. Jericho then get a couple.
I think he did.
Yes, then Jericho to get a couple of receipts in. That's what happens, right? Then Kane comes out after his music played once. He comes out the second time. He hits Shane with a chokeslam. Kane then walks away. He's luring Shane McMahon backstage. But then I thought the weird thing about this is that Shane follows him. and then he's looking for him, but then he somehow gets the upper hand on Kane, and I don't think that's the correct way of going about it. I feel like Shane drop kicking Kane off the edge is fine, but I don't feel like Shane should be getting lured into a trap and then somehow getting the upper hand on the big 7-foot monster.
When you say getting the upper hand, I mean, Kane's got him up like in a tombstone position and he slips off from behind and like kicks him off. I wouldn't say that's...
I know, but could you argue there is an element of Shane McMahon being overbooked here?
Not really. I think he sneaked out the back door. This is like... I mean, it's almost like
Was the door left slightly ajar and Kane should have closed it?
Oh, this is...
So I don't know what was Kane going to do? A tombstone off like a 20-foot balcony into a flaming dumpster?
Well, it's Kane for all we that. You know, he could have like...
Either or, Shane dropped
I think he was going to throw him in like a dart.
Aye, potentially.
Or a javelin stick or
and
something.
Shane really would have been on double win here.
But Shane managed to hop down from behind Kane, then hits like a side kick on Kane. Nowhere near as good as Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music. And then Kane falls into the dumpster that he just poured all this gasoline into and he set on fire. So Kane, you know, it's a really cool scene, cinematic scene here where the visual effects, you see Kane fall into the... and also when Kane was setting on fire, like the fucking flames blew up, man. Fuck, almost.
No, this
Kane
is,
had eyebrows; they would have been stitched off.
This is all you want for wrestling, man. A bit of excitement, entertainment. He fucking gets drop kicked into a dumpster that's on fire with gas canisters blowing up.
And then Shane looks over and it fucking blows up again, almost blows him away.
Then it just ends and it's like, holy fuck, is Shane McMahon just killed Kane? I can't wait for next week.
This is how you end a show.
Yeah. I don't think the show was particularly great, but this is how you end it.
Yeah, no, I think it was a pretty poor Raw, to be honest, but I say poor. I think we've seen a lot better.
Absolutely.
Anyway, guys,
might not be the last review.
Yeah, well, you know what? Cody Rhodes is coming. We were told. Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if Cody Rhodes is coming
to
out.
introduce Cena.
I see that. No, I'll quit wrestling tonight if that's what's.
I bet he comes out in a suit. Is it Cody Rhodes going to come out in a suit? No, he's wrestling. There you go.
There you go, guys.
Boom, they've changed their mind. Cena's the main event by the looks of things.
I'll give this a 7 out of 10 because for me, it wasn't the greatest show, but I love the ending. I love the Shane Kane.
You know what? I was going to give it a 6, but then I just remembered the highlight reel, McMahon. Demon infested womb. That's good.
Your demon infested womb.
That's worth a 7.
Demon infested womb. Wow.
El Paso, Texas tonight brought the fire, but it was Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero that got burned when he took on John Cena. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Cena leaves Eddie Guerrero a bloody mess in his hometown. Undertaker proves that it is still his yard when he beats the Beast, or as we're calling him now, the next big bitch that tapped it, the Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar. What a SmackDown. United States title match, Cena versus Guerrero, world #1 contender match, main event, triple threat, Undertaker, Lesnar, Big Show. Can he beat it?
Doors through doors. It was brilliant, man. I've got no complaints. SmackDown. I think SmackDown.
Well, I've got one complaint, like half the roster was missing. But the people that were there they were good, you know. Like, see if it was these guys that were missing, you'd be like, what the fuck?
There was one guy that was missing that mattered.
Aye.
Finny Mac.
Mac. He was the obviously the casualty from the roster that wasn't there. I mean, there was a lot of people that weren't there, but I mean, we didn't get to hear Taz call the ball and gag finisher. I think we can live with that. I think we can, you know,
it's weird.
Sit here and accept that we're not getting to see Doug and Danny bash him this week. You didn't get any Billy Gunn and Tori Wilson, no Jamie Noble and Nydia, no Matt Hardy and his wee Matafax. Sack Gown and Spanky, I don't think we'll ever see them again after the beating Brock Lesnar gave them. Speaking of beatings, Brock Lesnar, 5 defeats in his last 6 matches, with the other one being a no contest. Bit of a disaster for Lesnar here, isn't it?
Not a great record for Brock, absolutely not. But I think McMahon's busy with the swingers and the ball and gag brigade. I mean, honestly, it's weird that
McMahon doesn't show up, and neither do the Bashams.
Aye. And then the swingers as well. What's going on?
What's going on here?
Tonight we fucking Royal Rumble, pal.
Yeah, tag team champs weren't on this show either.
They're just boring though.
Billy Kidman wasn't there.
Yeah, I like Billy.
Maybe someone beat him up because they thought, I deserve a good theme like his. Either way, doesn't matter. What does matter is Eddie Guerrero kicks off the show and his lowrider makes his way down to the ring, puts over his family, puts over El Paso, Texas, talks about how generations ago Lolita Guerrero came over his great grandmother. She crossed the border illegally, she got the green card illegally, she passed her English exam illegally, lied, cheating and stealing being the Guerrero way for years, for decades, for centuries, for generations. And then one guy that doesn't like lying, cheating and stealing, John Cena, comes out, basically buries Guerrero, questions whether Guerrero should even be here or not, questions whether Guerrero's got a green card, questions whether Guerrero has got the right to live in America, and basically says to him, I'm going to send you back across the border without that US title. Guerrero doesn't like the fact that Cena believes he's more American than he is. He doesn't mind them bashing him, but not about his family, you see. And Cena talks about getting them all deported, and this doesn't go down well with Guerrero. They get into a bit of a brawl. Cena says he's only going to fight Guerrero if he puts the title on the line. Guerrero's like, you got it. And you've also got this big fist to the face of Cena. Cena makes an escape, but it sets up the opening match, or the opening segment sets up a big title match later in the show.
No, it did, and a great line for Cena about I'll fight you in the Gulf of Mexico and leave you with a broken wetback. Good little bit of slang there, a big slur for Big John. It's a slur that Clay Morrow would have been proud of, but Big John, it's the American way. A great brawl, great introduction to this feud. Two styles blending. You know, you've got the whitest of all white guys taking on Latino heat. What more can you ask for?
You know, it's a little bit edgy without going too far, and it's like, why can't we just get this in wrestling today?
Because this was 2003, and in 2025 you can't do anything.
It would make you sad. Anyway, right, we get Rey Mysterio versus Nuncio. Stamboli and Palumbo, they were banned from ringside for whatever reason, so they get sent to the back. Rey Mysterio then defeats Nuncio. Okay match, decent match, but Rey wins, retains his Cruiserweight title. I don't think it was ever in jeopardy, was it?
No, Rey was winning every day of the week. FBI had their peak a couple of months ago. It's died since then.
Yeah, they did a good feud with Undertaker, but pretty much done nothing since that. Which is sad to see, but it is what it is. Right, we go backstage. Eddie Guerrero's out in the parking lot, and his car is up in the air, missing a tyre. Someone has stolen the wheel off of Guerrero's lowrider. He's questioning everybody. We've got a bunch of jobbers out there, plus the APA. APA said they didn't steal it. Guerrero's like, to Funaki, I don't care if you tell me in Japanese. I need to know who stole my car, essay. He then questions Orlando Jordan, I guess, just due to the guy being black. You're black. Did you steal it?
No.
Nah, well, there you go. That was it. And then we've got the FBI, who are known for stealing things, who are known for doing dodgy deals, doing alleyways, and they laugh and they look at his car and they go, oh, it's not a lowrider, no, it's pretty high off the ground there.
It's a high rider, homo.
And Guerrero's not... Guerrero just smashes him, and funny enough, they get into a fight, and it's the APA who break it up. So normally they start fights. Tonight they broke one up for whatever reason.
I can see John Cena and the FBI against the APA and Guerrero next week.
Could happen, right. Then we get Benoit versus A-Train. Sable is still with A-Train. I don't really know why. I get it. Oh, she was seducing him and probably sleeping with the guy if McMahon says so, because A-Train is a mercenary. A-Train's a hired gun for McMahon to take out Taker, but he didn't take out Taker and he didn't beat Taker at SummerSlam. So I'm wondering, why is A-Train still getting why is he still getting the Sable privileges? It just doesn't really make a bit of sense here. I thought that A-Train would be maybe gone, but unless Sable's into hairy men, who knows?
Well, here, Brock Lesnar doesn't have much hair, so I doubt it, but A-Train, maybe Sable's getting the A-Train privileges, I don't fucking know, but A-Train at this stage of the game, I think Taker, a match against A-Train at SummerSlam's a fucking waste. You could have gave Cena it.
Well, Cena and Taker did have a pretty decent feud there, didn't they?
No, they did, but you could easily have pushed their SmackDown match back a couple of weeks.
You know, I'm sure if you said to Cena here that you're getting a SummerSlam match instead of a Vengeance match or a Smack, I'm sure he would have taken that, but yeah, I don't know. To me, Taker A-Train, it just... Here, Taker A-Train in 2025 would feel like a Mania main event.
Fuck, aye, of course it would.
But back in 2003, Taker A-Train, to me, felt more like a SmackDown match rather than a pay-per-view match.
No, absolutely. It feels like one of those matches that Taker would have if he was champion, and it might main event SmackDown.
But then again, we did see Taker taking on Big Show and A-Train at WrestleMania. That was a bit of a stinker.
Oh, aye. Oh, that was bogging.
Is there a problem here, mate?
Is there a problem here, mate? You,
Nathan
the boring
Jones.
bastard. That's the problem.
Where did that guy go? Anyway, A-Train taps out to Benoit, even though his foot was under the bottom rope. He's no happy. Sable's no happy. He confronts Benoit backstage. You can't beat me. You never beat me. He keeps wagging his finger on Benoit's face, but Benoit can't read the menu apparently, so he doesn't see it. And then Rhino gores him through the door. Like you said earlier, a gore through the door, and then
I want more.
A-Train and Rhino are like mocking Benoit, and A-Train looks really big here, and it's just, I don't know, A-Train's mocking seemed a bit goofy, but yeah, Rhino takes out Benoit, and I don't know if that's the end of A-Train and Sable. I mean, McMahon wasn't here this week, we'll see what he does next week, but yeah, I don't know, A-Train. I'm pretty sure, did A-Train and Big Show get the tag team titles at one point?
I don't think they do, but one thing I do know is these shows are going to go downhill and McMahon isn't on them every week.
Yeah.
Like, even though I thought this show was good, a show without Vince McMahon's worse. I do not care what you say.
Absolutely.
I cannot think of a pay-per-view or a TV show of Raw and SmackDown that I would consider one of the best without McMahon. And I mean, maybe there will be one that'll come to my head, but when I think of the best shows of all time within like the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, they tend to have McMahon on it.
That is true. That is very true. Speaking of a guy that's pretty good to have on your show, though, Brock Lesnar makes his way down to the ring. He's not happy. He says the match at SummerSlam, it didn't happen. He says it was a mirage, it was a miracle, it was a fluke. He did not tap. Kurt Angle did not beat him. Angle appears on the Titantron. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Calls Brock Lesnar the next big bitch. Calls him a baby. Calls him a crier. Kurt Angle says he used to react the way Brock Lesnar is reacting right now when he lost matches. Lesnar wants a rematch. Lesnar wants Angle to come in the ring. He wants to beat up Angle and win his belt back. And Angle's like, you know what? I'll make you tap right now. So Angle leaves, but he must have took a detour or took the long way around or got ran over or something like that or got, fucking dragged into McMahon's office backstage because it took Kurt Angle about 15 minutes to get to the ring, and in that amount of time, when The Undertaker came out, he told Lesnar, nah, you lost against Angle at SummerSlam. SummerSlam. So that means you go to the back of the line, plus you're standing in my yard right now, so if you want to dispute that, then, I can remove you from the yard. And then with Big Show come down, I'm an angry giant. I'm 7'2", 500 pounds. I make people hurt. And then Kurt Angle comes out and he says, aye, Big Show, you make me hurt. You cause me a lot of pain with your body odor alone. And then Stephanie comes down, and it seems to be when McMahon's not there, Stephanie steps up. But when McMahon's there, she's kind of in a background role. So, yeah, she's the GM, but McMahon's really the one pulling the strings. I guess you could argue it's a bit like that on Raw, though, as well. Although, I don't think so as much, because if McMahon's on Raw, it would make Austin look very weak if McMahon's saying, right, day this and day that, and the Rattlesnake's got no say.
When McMahon turns up on Raw, it feels like he's, getting one over on Bischoff, or making Bischoff his little puppet. He never really... He interacted with Austin a couple of weeks ago when you had Shane, Kane, and those two, but you're right, Austin's too good and too big to
Remember that segment with all the ECW guys?
That was weird.
For Foley?
That was
and
weird.
Austin was in the ring with McMahon. That was a bit strange. Anyway, Stephanie announces triple threat match tonight. Number one contender, whoever wins, will take on Kurt Angle. So again, you've got a great match here scheduled. Cena then gets asked by, I believe is it Todd Grisham or Josh Matthews?
Josh Matthews. Todd Grisham in here, yeah.
Todd Grisham's not here yet, but Josh Matthews is, and he asks Cena, did you steal Eddie's car? And Cena's like, nah, look, we're in El Paso. There's a lot of beaners running around. Eddie Guerrero has a lot of enemies. I'm sure maybe someone lied, cheated, and stole his wheel. Cena says, I wouldn't mess with a man's car. And then the match happens, and we see Cena come out to the ring with the car, with the wheel, with the tire, and he's like, "You're not the only one, SA, that can lie, cheat, and steal. The only difference is I get away with it. White privilege," from John Cena. Eddie Guerrero comes out, attacks him. We get the match. Cena gets rammed into the steel steps, busts open his head. Then we get a good US title match. Cena gets knocked into the referee. Referee goes down. Guerrero had the frog splash hit. Didn't get the pin though because the referee was out. Then Latino Heat goes for the Three Amigos, and then Cena hits him with a low blow on the third attempt, and that ends the match in DQ. But Cena's no done. He decides to batter Eddie Guerrero. He busts Eddie Guerrero open, and he delivers an FU on top of the wheel. So
great spot, great match. I'm looking forward to this feud. Just two guys that have got it. Two guys, I look at the screen, I pay attention.
Two guys that got personality, charisma.
Yeah, looks. You fucking name it. Here.
And Guerrero was missing about probably a foot, because we seen earlier on the show when he tried on Cena's jersey, I mean, it looked like a dress on Guerrero.
It looked like he's put the clock in at Costa. If you know, you know. If you don't, I don't think America have Costa, do they?
Nah, well, I mean...
Actually, everything comes for America. You must have Costa.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What we have next, though, is the number one contender match. Taker, Brock, and The Big Show. Am I missing anything? Or was that straight into
Kurt Angle came out for commentary.
He did. So Kurt Angle on commentary with Taz and Michael Cole did a pretty good job. And then we get another great triple threat match in an era that just seems to deliver great triple threat match after triple threat match after triple threat match. I actually can't think of a triple threat match that's been bad. And, fair play to Big Show, because a lot of people look at Big Show and go, oh, boring, £500. But he is, not just in triple threat matches, but I think this year he's delivered some good ones. I think his feud with Brock Lesnar, I think there was some good matches in there as well. And then he's had some good matches with Angle. And then even the 3-on-1 matches that we had were really good as well. Brock and Kurt taking on Show teaming up with the world's greatest tag team. Big Show's had a lot, in my opinion, he's had a lot of good matches on SmackDown this year.
Yeah, even the lesser matches and triple threats between like him, JBL, and Angle at the Rumble. Look at the story going into that 2005. Fucking brilliant.
Well, it's not happened yet. I'm on about things that have happened.
No, I'm talking about ones like you think of like Cena, Triple H, and Edge. Another great triple threat.
I know, you're getting too far ahead yourself.
Right, 2001 then. Fucking Benoit.
No, I'm talking about this era, man. Like, why are you talking about... I'm just talking about in recent...
Michaels, Triple H, and Benoit.
That's later on.
Right, Rock, Angle, Taker. That's 2002. That's the Ruthless Aggression era.
What is your problem? Why
you
can't...
come up with the one example that happened this year. I'll come up with other ones.
Yeah, but why can't you just acknowledge that the triple threat match lately has been good and Big Show's been good?
Big Show is good. I like Big Show.
There you go.
Big Show.
That's my point.
But the match ends in the corner. Just three guys weighing like 1,200 pounds between them, battering the fuck at each other.
Brock looks like he's going to hit a... I mean, Big Show, first of all, is going for like the choke slam off the top rope. Kurt Angle calls it. Then Brock looks like he's going to do a superplex. But before he can deliver the superplex, Taker sneaks up, hits him with the last ride. The impact almost sends Big Show off the top rope to the outside, and Taker pins Brock Lesnar and earns himself a title shot. Kurt Angle gets in the ring. They look eye to eye. Well, not really eye to eye because Kurt Angle's about a foot shorter than Taker. But yeah, next week's going to be Angle versus Taker for the title, and that should be great. And yeah, SmackDown I think is better than Raw right now. And I think across the board that's probably true. I think consistently SmackDown's putting on really good shows. This one was a bit weird because a lot of the roster was missing, but you got two great matches and some really good promos. I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. I thought it was a solid show with a great main event. Another fantastic triple threat.
I'll get an 8 out of 10 as well. Fuck it. You know
earlier you gave it a 7.
What do you mean earlier? That's the first time I've done this,
brother.
Oh
yeah, brother.
No, but on retrospect, it's better than what I thought. Yeah, 7 or 8, still a good fucking show.
The only thing I didn't really like is we only got 4 matches. And people might think that's the norm because of what we get today, but back in the day, I'd say the minimum you'd probably get would be 6.
Yeah, four matches, but 4 very different matches.
Absolutely.
And that's all I can ask, man. Anyway, till next time. Peace.